mercy. Give us a win, yo. 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 In blue we stand, united we rise. No more defeats. Let's break down these doors. Justice rising up. We will stand tall. Together we fight. We will conquer all. Give us a win, yo. 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 In blue we stand, united we rise. The banters they throw, we are rising again. No matter the cost. Give us a win, yo. Give us a win, yo. In blue we stand, united we rise. No more defeats. Let's break down these doors. Justice rising up. We will stand tall. Together we fight. We conquer all. Give us a win, yo. 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 In blue we stand. United we rise. We are faithful and true. With hope in our hearts, we will push through.
Yes, guys, big up everybody that's locked in. Hit the like button, subscribe, and all of that. And we're here. We're here for another match preview. Thankfully, there was no midweek game, so we've had a couple of days to relax after that absolute snooze fest, which was also a little bit tense because it took us 90 minutes to put away Crystal Palace. But yeah, it's good to be back. It's good to be back. Now, off to the Etihad. Oh, boy. Off to the fucking Etihad. Well, how are we feeling for this one, people? For me, This is just damage limitation for us, even though we kind of have to win. We kind of have to win. Big up to Staffy in the comments. Big up to Bush. Big up to Jason. Big up to Violent. Big up to Bence. Big up to Abdias. Big up to Maldini. Big up to Warrior. Big up to Aki, Fraser. Big up to all of my guys in here. We have to win. And we're probably not going to win. But we have to win. Because, like, if Luton don't beat Man United, they are 10 points ahead of us. And then top 6 is done. It's not happening. Our faint hopes of even getting into Europa League football, which I can't believe I'm fucking saying for another season. But our only hopes rely on us beating Man City and hoping Luton lose. Or just regardless, like, to be honest, we're all Luton fans this weekend. We need Luton to just do the job regardless. Best case scenario is we win at City, but if we lose at City and they win, it still stays at 7 points. And I guess we've gone through the most difficult fixture. Although, again, beat Leeds and save us from having to go to the Emirates while they're in the middle of a title race, because we can't be having that right now. We can't be fucking having that. I'm thinking you're going to win at the Etihad is mad. Brother, I don't think we're winning. I'm saying we have to win. I'm not saying we're going to. I'm not saying we have a chance. I'm not saying we are even slight favourites. No, we are giant underdogs going into this game. But the deep thing is, because of how much we have fucked up this season, you have to go and get a result. So, you're going to have to. You're going to have to. Now, Maldini, appreciate it, bro. I've got all of it saved anyway, so I'm going to go into that in a second. Appreciate you dropping that regardless. It saves me having to bring up the fucking tweets, so bless. Big up to Hassam saying up the Chelsea. We're all Chelsea this weekend, which means we all get to be disappointed together. You all get to walk a mile in my shoes. I have to suffer watching Pochettino ball for 90 minutes and hoping we can get a result. Now you have to too. You have to as well. And then after that, I've got to face this guy in the cup final. I can't be arsed. I have a feeling we will not leave the Etihad pointless. Sure. I have a feeling that I'm going to win the lottery. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. Doesn't mean that it's going to happen. Big up to Flawless, my G. Big up, my brother. Look forward to a joint watch along tomorrow, so keep a lookout for that. Sarcasm City and Carefree Lewis G doing a little collab. Make the game a little bit more tolerable. Oh, I'm not fucking looking forward to this one. And also, we have new injuries this week. We have new injuries. Thiago Silva and Chukwuemeka are next up on the injury list. We might have to start doing an injury of the week. Injured player of the week. We should start doing that. Because every week there's a new guy. Last week it was Badia Shield. The week before, I swear it was somebody else. Someone's always getting injured. Someone's always getting fucking injured. Just get well soon to Silva. I think Chukwuemeka twisted his leg in training or something like that. Actually, Maldini put that one in the chat. Yeah, he had an ankle injury, which I feel for him. I do feel for him. The only thing is it actually doesn't even damage us too much because like this brother don't play anyway. Poch don't rate this guy. So, like, it's another setback for him, and I feel bad for him because his only real minutes he could have had was against Leeds. Although I say that, would he have even played against Leeds? No, he probably would have just had more minutes off the bench, if anything. Oh, I'm not looking forward to this one at all, brother. I can't be bothered for it. So, couple of stats going into this game. Man City's last 6 games are just 6 wins. They're just 6 wins. 6 wins off the bounce. These lot haven't lost a single Premier League game at home this season. They are unbeaten in 22 home games. They're also unbeaten against Chelsea since the UCL final. City have won 6 of their last 8 home games against Chelsea, keeping a clean sheet in 5 of those victories. The 4-4 draw between us ended a run of 16 league games without a draw between the two teams. City have won their last 6 league matches, having only won one of their previous 6 before that. Oh, that's not good. Chelsea have kept 1 clean sheet in their last 19 meetings with Man City. Oh, I weren't even expecting one. Big up to Galib, man. It's good to see you in here. I hope everything's good with you, man. Hope everything's good. Carefree City, that's not even too bad. It's not even too bad. I've been experimenting with a couple thumbnails for this game, so I'll figure out which one's the best one. But yeah, that's a decent name. I might have to run with that. I say, imagine we get a win. Bro, it's going to be crazy, man. I'll even take a draw. I will take a draw and run. I'll run and just take it and go home. But we're not doing that. First off, I need my manager to coach a good 90 minutes. When does this happen? Rarely. I can count on one hand all the good 90-minute games that we've had. You can say Middlesbrough. You can say Man City. To be honest, even Man City wasn't a great 90 minutes, but I put that more down to Man City. I think that's it. I don't think there's been any other consistent 90-minute performances. So what the fuck do I expect from this game? Just don't embarrass us. If you're going to go down swinging. Go down fighting. That's all I can ask for. I need a team that's going to go out there and is going to fight for the full 90. That's our only way of getting anything, because other than that, we're not winning. We're not winning. Villa. Should we count Villa? Yeah, you know what? We got a good 80 minutes. That's the closest we're going to get. Fine. We'll count Villa. We'll count Villa in the cup. So we're at 3. We're at 3. We've had 3 90-minute performances, and one of them's more of an 80-minute performance. We're fucked. I'll be so real with you, man. We are fucked. And Cuckoo bagged a hat-trick at the Etihad. Cool. Cool. Do you even think he's going to start this one? I'm not sure. I feel like the whole plan is to have Nkuku start the cup final. Just because, Poch's entire season rests on that game. If he don't win that game, I know a lot of people who are Poching are going to turn Poch out. Although, if it's taken you losing the cup final to do it, stay on that side, respectfully. Stay on that side. Man said Arsenal, you know. Fuck no. Fuck no. Our subs were hideous. We are not counting that Arsenal game. No, we're not doing that. We are not doing that at all. Cool. I don't have a cold, by the way, for anyone asking. Just have to clear my throat. Any Poch quotes? Why am I even looking for this dickhead's quotes? So, on Man City, he said, the lesson is that we are going to face a very good team. Sometimes you need to be brave, force them to defend. If we go there and wait, it's a team that can dominate and suffer you. We need to attack, run, and challenge them. Now, it does sound like we're going to attack City in this game, which I do think is a bit crazy, but we also have to win. So I'm actually not going to speak down on it too much. You just need to have a good structure. You cannot do this whole Enzo second striker / left wing shit and leave Caicedo isolated and then try to attack. We will be 4-0 down in 25 minutes like we were under Sarri. You can't do that. You can't. Now, if the structure's good, I don't mind. I can't be against a manager trying to attack. As long as you set us up well to be able to do that, create a lot of chances, and actually keep our defense intact. If you can do that, cool. But I'm not going to speak down on him trying to attack. We have to win this game. We have to. Oh, shit. Galib isn't modded. I thought I modded him. All right. One sec. Let me sort that out. Calm. All done. All sorted it. Why is the man asking me if I remember random shit from the 80s and 90s? No, I was not even alive then. I was not even alive then. Like, what are we doing? Big up to Jamie, my G. Big up, Jamie. Good to see you again, Matt. Good to see you again. Hope everything's good. Hope everything's good. On Enzo, I do not believe Enzo is now playing deeper. We always thought he was a player with the capacity to build. Using him and his quality and then arriving at the opposite box to score. His capacity to move on the pitch is improving a lot. Right, if you even want to do that, you need someone who's going to sit back with Caicedo. And that's meant to be Enzo, so I don't understand this. Now, I know people are going to say we tried that with Gallagher. Gallagher is not good enough to play deep. He's barely good enough to play as further forward. The good thing is, though, now he's scoring. You know what would also be great? Another goal. Go bag me a goal at City. Go bag me a goal in our next 2 games or something. Then we can talk about Gallagher being vital for us. But in terms of this, like, just fucking keep him closer to Caicedo. He's looked a lot better when you've played him closer. There's no point doing this wrong and strong bullshit. If you want him to run box to box, which, to be honest, he shouldn't even be doing, you need someone there with Caicedo as a 2-man pivot. That should have been Enzo. We spent 250 million on this pivot to fucking play them together. And we don't do it. It's just constant misprofiling from this misprofiling merchant. And it's just long. It's just fucking long. Whatever. I said you need Lavia. Hey, maybe we could give that a go with Lavia there. Maybe. You could have Lavia sit back and push Enzo and Caicedo both further forward. Maybe that would work. But right now, fuck this wrong and strong bullshit. Any other quotes from on Sanchez starting? He said, "You will see." I've seen a lot of people getting annoyed about this, and I get the panic, but like, I don't rate Poch at all. But even I don't think he's that stupid that he's going to throw Sanchez straight back into the number 1 position. And if he does it, finito. We are actually done out if he does that. But I don't believe he does. I'm not going to overreact to that yet, because I need to see more. I need to see him start before I really get pissed. Right now, he's just back in the squad. Cool. You're our number 2. Go sit on the bench and try to enjoy the game. Petrovic should be the number 1. Goes about saying. I don't see why Poch would start Sanchez. I really don't. Like, it don't even make sense, so I'm not going to rise to it. Oh, what's Warrior sent me? Grealish, I think, will not be ready for tomorrow. Silva, we will assess in today's training session. Kovacic back training. Sergio Gomez as well. The rest we will see. So, if there's no Grealish, I assume it would be, what, Doku and Foden. But regardless, we're going to die on the wings. Especially on the right-hand side. Whoever's playing on the right is going to have one of the easiest games of their life. Yeah, so that don't even really say much to me. I saw some of Pep's quotes as well. Chelsea have everything, intensity, quality, able to not lose the ball. It is difficult to find a Chelsea player who loses the ball. And I think he's genuinely trolling us, knowing that Chilwell and Gallagher is going to be in the squad. Although he does this always with teams that he don't rate, so I'm not even shocked about that. He also says one of the toughest games we will have until the end of the season. I hope so. I hope so. It's not even Sanchez. Hey, I just think Petrovic deserves to start over him. I don't see any reason why Sanchez goes right back into the lineup. So, we'll see. We'll see. I don't expect him to start, so I'm not really going to rage about it. There's no point doing fake anger for fake bullshit when we're all going to be angry at the end of tomorrow anyway. But yeah, I don't see Sanchez starting anyway, so I ain't going to scream about it. Is what it is. Any other Poch quotes? Any other quotes from this guy? Or anything worth talking about? On Jackson Game Booked, he said, "You see me slapping him on the back of the head. It's good. He showed he cared about the club and his teammates. Not too much. I don't know. I think it was a bit much. When you're on a yellow, when you're on that many yellows, you have to be smart. You have to be smart. Some nice words on Cole Palmer. Someone said he's from Manchester, but he looks Brazilian, Argentinian. Fairs. On Cassidy, he said it was a tough decision because he was playing at Leicester and didn't want to cut his development. But with the injuries of Lavia and Leslie, we needed another midfielder. The squad is only Enzo, Caicedo, and Connor. I mean, I thought you just needed height, but whatever. Whatever. Actually, no, Chukwuemeka literally exists. Although now he's injured. But he did exist and you could have used him and you never used him. So it's like, whatever. Nothing else. Nothing else that's that deep. So on Robert Sanchez, the full quotes, he said, it's a good thing for the team that he's back. You will see in terms of selection between him and Petrovic. It's good to be back. It's better to have all the players available. Fine, whatever. Silva out. He said minor injury, but he is not available. We need to assess day by day. So that means you're likely going to see Colwell and Disassi as centre-backs. Fine. Fine. Means we can play a little bit higher up. Maybe means we move the ball a bit quicker. That's fine. I'm all good with that. Let's see how it impacts the team, especially because this would be a real test. The Sassy and Badiashile away at Villa, that's one thing, but going away to the Etihad is still a completely different level. Let's see how they perform in that game. Let's see how they perform. Yeah, bro, trust me. Trust me. Man's trying to act like it was okay that he ran to celebrate with the Chelsea players because, hey, it's just emotion. But he's an emotion merchant, so I'm not even too shocked. Big up my G Levi. Big up, man. I said everyone's Chelsea this weekend, but it means you will get to be disappointed with us too. So you can all hold that. You can all hold that. Right, let me just go for a few more of the other news topics. Chelsea are closing in on the appointment of Josh March as loans manager. I saw a lot of people complaining about this. Genuinely, I feel like this fan base will just complain about everything at this point. Like, pick and choose the battles. Don't just try and beef everything that we do. We need a loan manager. The guy's coming from Swansea, I think. And he's going to have good knowledge of the Championship, which is a good place to send youth players to develop. Who cares? Like, our loans have been shit this year anyway. I'm glad we've got another loan manager. Nearly every loan we've had this season has been a giant L. So I'm not shocked about that at all. Chelsea made an offer for Brighton's head of recruitment to replace Winstanley. Fairs. Still think one of Winstanley or Stewart needs to go down into scouting instead of doing recruitment. Or you need someone else who can go and identify managers because the manager ID fucking stinks. PSG lining up Osimhen. So another thing that people were panicking about. Genuinely, I feel like with Osimhen, I've been saying it all season. Use Lukaku as make weight. I even saw Lukaku talking about us yesterday. He said, what was it? Back to Chelsea or staying at Roma? It makes no sense to discuss that now. I don't want this guy back at all. And I think with all the links that we have, that Osimhen may have from other clubs, you can push yourself to number one in the pecking order just by offering Lukaku. Now you're offering an alternative. You have someone else you can immediately replace Osimhen. Push us to the top of the list. Push us to the top of the list right now. Lukaku, I don't want him back here. We have wasted 3 seasons where we have needed a consistent goal scorer, including the season that he was here, dealing with this dickhead. I can't be asked for this guy again. Now, if we genuinely don't have any other options, if let's say all of our links have gone, everyone's gone to another club, maybe we fucking have to. And I hate it. I really hate even bringing it up because I feel like a fucking cuck even talking about it. I despise this guy. But I mean, we need a bagsman. We need a bagsman. If push comes to shove and we don't have anybody else, I can reluctantly understand us probably bringing him back. But I would rather entertain any other option than bringing Lukaku back. I do not need it. We do not need it. As much as I know he's a bagsman, I also know he disappears in big games. So I don't want him. If there's nobody else, fine. But you're still going to go and look for another striker the year afterwards. And as soon as we find someone better, you bin him off. We don't have to give this dickhead any loyalty. Any loyalty. As soon as better is there, fuck off. It's as simple as that. So I guess we have to see, but it feels like just a shit scenario in general. Feels like a shit scenario in general. Not good. What's that quote? Where is that? When asked about moves to Premier League, of course, one day I'd love to play, but for now I've got other plans for my career. Could hint that he would rather pick the Premier League over PSG. But again, that's the Premier League. We are still the 2 out of 10 in the club right now. Unless we can confirm Europe, we are that 2 out of 10. So we have to see. We have to see. I don't think we're out of the race for him at all. But I think more clubs are going to start looking. More clubs are going to start looking. What else was there? I saw Sterling Saudi quotes. Sterling received an eye-watering offer from Saudi Arabia at the end of last season. I feel like I saw one source saying that during the summer. I just can't remember for the life of me if there was one. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong, but I'm sure this isn't the first time we've heard of someone saying there was links with Sterling to Saudi. I still don't think this is going to lead to anything until next year. I don't think it leads to anything until next year. Then it's 2 years left. Then I think we'd be more willing to let him go. If you bring in another winger, cool. Don't mind. Sterling can stay. Sterling can go. I've been saying the brother's just inconsistent. It depends on what Sterling turns up. You could be looking at a fucking baller. You could be looking at a frustrating player. So you have to see. But I think because it's there, those links won't disappear. They'll come back for him. Whether he entertains it now, I don't think so. Again, he's still settled in London and everything and all of that, so you have to wait and see. But hey, we'll see. We will see. What else is there? So, I think that might be everything. Reece James. Actually, no, Reece James. Targeting a return to full training within a month and wants to be a part of the run-in, although the club are mindful of rushing him back. And fair play. Don't rush this brother back at all. It's the last thing you can do. I saw that Sam C account, one who got all them Chalobah links, allegedly, I think, saying that he was told that Chelsea don't want to risk bringing James back early. Sources last night that said that Reece isn't expected back until the end of April and early May. A source stressed people are forgetting Reece unfortunately had to have surgery in early January, which rules him out for a number of months. And we don't want to risk it. Good. Don't risk it. Regardless of whether it's true or not, take your time with him. For the first time in years, we don't have to rush him back. We have a whole Malo Gusto there. We are not bringing the corpse of Azpilicueta to games like the Etihad anymore. Big up to Azpi every time, but still. We've got Gusto now. I don't need him to come back like that. Obviously, when he comes back, he starts because he's Reece James and everything. But take your time. Take your time. This is more opportunity for Gusto to get more game time to develop a bit more. But as for now, just stay over there, man. Stay over there, and I mean it respectfully. Usually when I tell players like Chilwell or Havertz to like genuinely don't rush back, take your time. I mean it a little bit tongue in cheek. When it comes to James, make sure you are at 100%. Not even 80, not even 90, not even 95%. I can't be asked with him being out again. I can't be bothered with it. Let him be fully fit from his injury, fully sharp, and everything, and then bring him back in slowly. Until then, like, I can't be bothered for it, because if he gets injured again, like, that might be it. That might be it. We might have to respectfully say, yo, you're my guy and everything, but if we get the right bid, I can't talk down anybody trying to get rid of you anymore. I can't. I'm trying. If you're fit, come back. Yeah, of course. But, like, you got to be at 100%. 100% fit. No percentage below that. No percentage below that. And yeah, if that means he's back in May, cool. If it means he's back in March, cool. Whenever you are 100% ready, you play. And until then, I'm with the club. I'm not rushing you back. Because you got to forget as well, like, I swear every time I move my laptop, this webcam fucks off. One sec. There we go. So yeah, now I've lost my train of thought. But yeah, the guy's here for 6 years and he's on 250k a week. Like, we need to manage his minutes well. We need to make sure he comes back at a good state. And that's it. What was that Poch pick? Hey, what, this one? It gets bigger until he gets sacked or until he patterns up. So that's up to him. Bro, who's talking about him losing weight in the comments? Like, bro, we don't know that shit. If he needed to lose weight, I'm sure the medical team from this season or last season would have told him that and he would have acted accordingly. We don't know that. We don't know that at all. Big up Anthony Lafleur saying big up Lewis and everyone in the chat. Ruben bagged another double in our Europa League victory yesterday, and I like our chances to do something in the competition. Yeah, man, I'm happy for Ruben. He's really starting to cook for you guys, and he deserves it. It's good to see him flying his wings. Loki wish we kept him and sold Gallagher instead, but I know he wanted to go and he wanted to be a starter somewhere. And I understand it. More power to him. Go shine and go take that Europa League. Go win it again. You should have been in the final in 2019. And it was just that dumb friendly that robbed you from being in a final that you deserved to play in. You might have won 5 or 6-1 with you in that team. So yeah, Ruben, I genuinely think this is something that the whole fan base could actually be united with. Like, where we're divided with a lot, we're all happy for Ruben. So yeah, Ruben, keep shining, man. Making us proud. And yeah, Anthony, happy for you guys. That's why AC Milan's my fucking Italian side, or the team that I back the most in Italy. Also because you guys have like 4 or 5 Chelsea players. And don't feel like you can't shop here again. Don't feel like you can't. But yeah, I actually think that's everything. I am not worried about relegation. We're not going down. We are not going down. If we win, we could go up to 7th. But we have to win. And that's not happening. Who are Newcastle and Brighton playing, by the way? Because that will determine how high we climb up in the table. Newcastle at Bournemouth. They might have something for us. They might. We can't have them draw. Because like they've got much better goal difference than us. Brighton. They go to Sheffield United, but I can't see how they drop points in that one too. Which is again all the more reason why we have to fucking win this one. Otherwise, the gap between 10th and even 7th gets bigger. Oh, there's a whole West Ham too. Who do West Ham have? They got Nottingham Forest. Okay, there might be a little something. But again, that's me saying we win, and Oh, we're not fucking winning. I hate this fucking manager. If only we had won a couple of the easier games at the start of the season, we wouldn't have been in this fucking mess. Seriously, we had the easiest start to the fucking season out of everybody in the league. And we got 5 points in 5 games, and now look at this shit. All you had to do was win 2 of those games. All you had to do was win 2 of those games. And you know where we'd be? We'd be 7th. We'd be a point off Man United in 6th. This is the difference with a few of these games. This is why I have such little patience for this manager. Fucks everything up. But hey, that's why, like, you know what? If you don't win at Man City, there's no sympathy. There's no sympathy from me. I'll understand to a point that it's Man City, but you had winnable games before that and you fucked them up. So, I don't feel for you. I'm not going to say unlucky, Poch. I'm going to say, well, should have won the games before that. Should have won the games before that. You should have beaten Everton. Should have beaten United. Should have beaten Wolves. Should have beaten Forest. Should have beaten Villa. Should have beaten Brentford. All these teams, you should have beaten them. Hey, here we are. Here we are. That's it, Warrior Man. Just don't go to the Etihad and embarrass us. Go there and get something. But yeah, link is going out. Link is going out. Big up to everybody that's locked in. Hit the like button, subscribe, all of that shit. Let me know all your thoughts. Super chat if you want to guarantee a comment gets read out, or if you want to help the channel. And let's see what everybody is saying. Let's see what everyone is saying. Right, one sec. My Twitter is still fucking bugging. Oh, Kante won man of the match. Oh, yesterday. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Calm. Calm. Yes, Bush. Telling me, man.
Yo, what you saying, man?
Yeah, we're all good. We're all good. Just waiting for the inevitable. Waiting for the inevitable.
Yeah, the pet pantsing of Pochettino, yeah?
The what?
The pep pantsing of Pochettino. Basically, Pep is going to humiliate this man.
Oh, okay. I like the alliteration there. I like the alliteration. Yeah, just play with pride. Play for pride. Actually, no, I can't even say that because we have to win. We have to win.
Oh, yeah?
I hate this position that we're in. We have to win a game that I have zero faith that we're going to win. But then I'm going to be annoyed and I'm going to know that we were never going to win it anyway. It's just fucking annoying, man. Oh,
no, I'm more pissed off by the fan base than the club. I'll tell you that. Like
the fan base.
I haven't. Yeah. Before I touch, like, I've been on like Chelsea YouTube for a long time, but Chelsea Twitter is really like.
Yeah, to be honest, they do way more scaremongering over there. I saw people getting annoyed that we're now limiting our wage structure to 150k a week
No, that's
unless you're
normal.
an exceptional player. Like, why not?
What?
Why not? Have we
Like,
not had years of giving players over inflated
yes.
wages and them not coming close to justifying it?
Honestly, man.
I'm glad.
Really...
And we're never gonna buy a big quality player again. Like, we haven't already broken that structure for Nkuku and for Enzo. You fucking idiots.
But I see these guys out here, like, they'll be like, I'm pot chat, but I'm clear lake out. And then they'll be on about, I saw one literally just chatting the most shit.
I'll be real. If anyone's clear lake out, you're a fucking idiot because they're not going anywhere. Like,
exactly,
what's
10
the point?
years.
You can say they're doing a bad job, fine. But what's the point of screaming for a guy out who legally cannot leave for another 8 years? What's the point? No, just wasting energy.
They're seriously retarded. Like, I see one, they're still on about fucking Tuchel. Look, don't get me wrong, I love what he did for the fucking club.
Clear lake crybabies. Yo, I might have to nick that, I might have to nick that.
They are.
That is class. I know you got that off the rock, but Fez, that is sick. Clear lake crybabies.
Oh my days.
Say that again, Bush?
They're getting upset for us hiring a loan manager. This is not even like a massive role. He's just going to manage the loans. He's got experience in the job. But because he's from Swansea, we're getting fucking championship fodder. What's happening to the standard? Like, so all they do is they just nit and pick. And they're always negative. Don't get me wrong. I'm a pessimistic person. But I'm not stupid enough to, like, just be out here, like, picking and knitting everything.
But that's the thing. I get that. I understand that. But if you... I get everyone being pessimistic, but the one thing I've tried to maintain is be angry at the right things. Don't just be angry at every little thing that seeps out from this club. Because, you're not winning every single battle. And not every battle even needs to be won.
Yeah.
You could
everything needs to be
the directors out. Want Potch out. Clear Lake, you got to be critical and nothing else because they're not going. They aren't going.
Yeah.
Sorry, Prime, what were you saying?
Yeah, not everything is battle. Not everything needs to be fought. I see people complaining. Well, what you were saying. People complaining about the wages and that. About us having like a wage structure, but they're the same people that complain that Raheem Sterling's on like $320 a week or whatever he's on. So, like, what exactly do you want? Should we give high wages to everyone, or should we have a clear plan and say that, listen, unless you are a world-class player, then you don't deserve anything over, like, say, 200 or 250 a week. You got to earn it. So, like, what is everyone, like, blaming about? I get it. There are some things that, the board or Bowley or Egbale or whatever, there's some things that they've got wrong, and that's fine. But let's not complain and say they've got everything wrong. There's some things that they have got right. There's some things that they themselves, they're learning about. Right? Because if we're going to say that these guys don't know anything about football, then we can't complain all the time and they get certain things wrong. If they don't know what they're doing,
back in individual training,
then they're trying. Listen, people can complain all they want. I'd rather have this ownership than have, for example, the Glazers, who aren't actively trying to do anything.
They don't give a fuck.
I was going to say, I'd rather have this than like Mike Ashley.
Yeah, at least they're trying. They're actively trying. So
the problem with my owners has just been naivety, if anything.
Exactly.
They've come across as naive at points.
But by the way, people say naivety, but like when it comes to signings and making players, you guys wanted all these players. The fan base, you guys all wanted these players.
Oh no, not even naivety in terms of players. I mean more in terms of the manager or how quickly they expected things to turn around with the managers that they brought in.
Yeah.
But Lewis, even in saying that, the majority of this fan base, they backed Potter and they backed Poch, and they knew that it would be a process. So that why are they now complaining and saying that the board's fault?
Because you can back a manager and give them time to show you what they're doing before you make a judgment. That's why with Poch, I was like, all right, cool, let's see where this goes.
No. I don't mean I don't mean you. Talking about like fan base. You guys, people were like, people understood that it would take time, and they were accepting of it. But now that there's a bump in the road, you now want to throw everything out the window. Like, guys, stop. Everyone calm down and relax. There's, like, not every day there's a fire going on in the house. Relax. Sometimes it's just a dirty dishes in the sink that we just need to clean and we'll be done in 10 minutes. Like, relax, calm down. It's not, everything's a big deal.
That's what it is, by the way. Because they want Gallagher to get more than that. Read between the lines, that's what it really is.
Imagine Gallagher scores a break, they're dishing shit on Caicedo, and then they're like, oh, where's your £200 million midfield? Our Cobham boys back the breaks, he's won us the game. And I'm like, oh my days, man, these are bloodthirsty, aren't they? Well,
there we go.
No, let's give it to him then.
I think it's going to affect the Gallagher deal. I mean, listen, Gallagher, like, listen, he's going in the summer, so.
The sooner Gallagher's gone, the better. The sooner most of these like Cobham guys, in terms of the basic guys, I'm not talking about your half decent players. Your like Brooking, he seemed decent when he came on the limited time we've seen him. I'm not talking about your Jameses, your Colwells. I'm talking about your basic, like proper English in terms of how dog shit they are players. Yep. I'm talking your Gallaghers, your Gilchrists. Fuck these dudes, get them out of the club.
Even fucking Charlie Webster's.
Hear all of that.
The thing is, like, Charlie Webster was apparently meant to be one of the good ones, but we've never seen anything materialise because he spent his entire time moaning that he hasn't got his chance. He's now got his chance this season. He went to Heron Vane and has played like 6 games. Cool. He's going to fuck off
6 out
as
of
well.
21. 6 out of fucking 21. That'll be another one that we get rid of. And cool. More pure profit. That's all they're really worth for.
No, he'll be a free transfer. We only renewed his contract for a year. So unless they renew it for another year, which I'll be right, I don't see the point. Just sell him. Like, I don't know what sort of price you're going to get for him at this point. Like, unless you're going to... You'll get some clubs, like, take a punt on him. But we've already seen, like, Leeds took a punt on Lewis Bate and have sent him out on his, like, 3rd loan at this point. Because he can't get into their team, despite the fact that he was meant to be incredible and Chelsea was stupid for letting him go on a free transfer.
Someone just reminded me of fucking Harvey Vale. Oh my days.
He's still at the club, by the way. He's on loan at Bristol Road.
Yeah. Harvey's in the development team.
Scott, remember last season, people say play Harvey Vale.
Yes, actually. Yes.
Bro, I told people off, like, bro, people were saying, look at all the people we've got rid of, right? Look at Jude Soonsup-Bell, who everyone said had a really good game against Brentford under Tuchel. I thought he was meh at best. You had Harvey Vale, who was meant to be really good, had one unsuccessful loan move at Hull in the Championship and had to move down to League One to then get his time. You had Simons, went to Hull. No one's heard anything of him since.
Who's Simons?
That Xavier Simons kid. We played him at right wing back for a couple of games under Tuchel. And he went to Hull.
Really had to wish Xavier Simons.
Xavier Simons. He was meant to be a midfielder, I remember.
Yep, meant to be a central midfielder, and we played him at wing back. And in fact, I'm fairly certain he plays fullback or wing back for Hull as well.
Yeah.
But Tayo, by the way, like we need to get this through people's heads because like one result will not change my opinion of Poch. One result will not change my opinion with Poch.
That's like asking if we get smashed 6-0, would you be Poch out? Like,
I probably wouldn't.
But why is one result going to change it? Like, come on, people.
Exactly. He just keeps getting away with it, game by game.
Exactly. Like, fuck Poch. I don't like.
Is that like?
Almost nothing's going to change my opinion of him staying, by the way.
Listen, I've told people Poch would need to win both the Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and basically go unbeaten in the league from now until the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to do it.
He said he wants to win that Carabao Cup, that Prem title, and that FA Cup. It's still mathematically possible, so I'm expecting it.
I said mathematically possible to win the league. Cool.
Yep.
For what? Another 3 weeks?
Wait, who said it's mathematically possible to win the league?
Okay, Lewis, what if Chelsea win the next 4 games? I don't care. I need more than 4 games. We have had a whole 6 months wasted, brother.
Okay, Tayo, if Chelsea lose the next 4 games, will you be Poch out?
Ooh.
Like, what are we doing?
I'm gonna be so real. If it takes anyone getting us knocked out of both cup competitions to be Poch out, stay on that side. Stay on that side.
Yeah, if you're not already
I don't
Poch
need
out,
to-
you can stay on that
They're the
side.
same people who cry about
Particularly
standards.
when one of those cup competitions is a final. Like, come on, people.
Final and Leeds.
Yeah.
Get out of both of those in the space of 4 days. I swear.
Look, if we beat Leeds, we're in a quarterfinal, and look at the rest of the teams left. It's winnable. The FA Cup is winnable.
No.
And also the bigger
Not
thing
fine.
that we get the
Oh,
Arsenal
who's
game.
left? Yeah, no, who's left in the FA Cup?
Man United, Liverpool,
City.
Man City,
Oh,
Newcastle.
City are. Oh, okay. I thought City were out. My bad.
Like,
Sorry,
it's
I
just
thought
Spurs
City
and
were out.
Arsenal.
Hey, go and beat City. We can make it a little FA
I
Cup
thought
final
City were.
dress
I thought
rehearsal.
City were out.
man.
Nah.
Like, regardless, I know it's a very difficult thing for us to ask for, but we have given up so much ground this season. We're now here. You have to go and win. Find a way. Find a way. And if you do
And
it,
we
fair play.
and we know what Poch is like under pressure. He crumbles every single time.
I know that everyone's saying he has a good record against Guardiola. I think it's only a good record at his home.
And look, I get these
Still
players
shit,
like him, but not every game these players are going to be able to do in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer save my job routine. They're not going to be able to do it.
No, I hate people who be like, oh,
I
this
just
is
think
a
just because we have
must-win
Chilwell
game.
on the left, it's done anyway.
Lewis, if only if we had a left back.
Hey, no, we sent one to Dortmund. On left backs though, Cucurella is now back in individual training,
Thank fucking Christ.
so he could be back soon.
Can't wait for him to have another setback.
Yeah. Opinions can change, but I'm also going to judge you if it takes us getting knocked out of both cup competitions for you to change your mind on Poch.
Yeah.
I'm going to judge you for it.
If it's, I was going to say, if it's taken you, what are we, 6-7 months into the season, and to go out of every cup competition and get to the point where it's mathematically impossible for us to get anything above Conference League, then yeah, you can fucking stay over that side.
Listen,
Yep.
anyone saying opinions can change with new evidence. What new evidence are you going to get in the next 4 games that you haven't got the past 2, 3, 4, 5 months? Come on, people. Like,
That is actual facts.
What are we doing?
Yeah, and even the 4 games thing has to be more than 4 games. Has to be like until the end of the season.
Yeah, the
Listen,
4 games is flip-flop material. I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
Unless we demolish City and Liverpool 6-0 each, like there's nothing. I'm not changing my mind.
The most you'd get from me is if in a run of 4 games, depending on the performance, would be me saying we might have turned the corner. That's it. Whether we maintain that.
I won't even say that.
No, you can say we turned the corner, but it's about whether you can maintain that, which again is another completely different conversation in itself.
Nah.
To be fair, I mean 4 wins, if that includes.
What I would say is you have until the end of the season, then you go.
Of course, turning a corner does not even mean like faith starting to improve. It's just okay. Got a couple games of decent football. Let's see how long it lasts.
I'll go for Poch out now to Poch until the end of the season.
Yeah, and it would be like semi-impressive with the run we have coming up.
Poch has been better than the last 3 coaches. No, he hasn't.
No, he hasn't.
No, he's been
Very
working.
much
Our last 3 coaches.
Hang on, our last 3 coaches were Lampard on an interim. Cool. I'm not including Bruno Saltor,
Yeah,
and Tuchel.
neither am I.
Potter, and Tuchel.
No, even the interim I wouldn't even count. Lampard when he was here from 2019.
Not count, but like that's the only dude he's been better than.
I'm taking Lampard's actual like managerial spell, 2019 to 2021. Poch is not touching that. What? Getting top 4. Poch won't touch that.
Yeah,
Never.
Lampard first era shits all over him.
Lampard got top 4 and got to a cup final.
I was gonna say, if you want to talk about our last 4 permanent managers, then he's the worst of the 4.
And he's probably close.
Yeah, you know what? I'll go further than that. He's the worst this century.
He's arguably the worst manager we've ever had. Considering the squad he has to work with, what he has to work with in terms of the dynamic with the squad. Like, the thing you could say about Potter last season, right, is as bad as it was, he had a bloated squad, the owners didn't help him out in that respect. They fully screwed him. And you could say in terms of style of play, it was miles better. We had a style of play. We just didn't have strikers. If you give him this forward line, by the way, if you'd have given Potter this forward line we have this season, he'd have done much better.
Yep. And that midfield.
Yeah, and after coming off a 12th place finish, the standards are the lowest they're ever going to be. And the pressure is the lowest it's ever going to be. All you have to do is get us back to top 7, bro. And you're struggling for that. That's crazy.
Yeah, because there were games.
Man, we would have just taken any bit of Europe.
Well, like last season,
top 6.
There were games last season that we lost that we shouldn't have lost because the forward line were missing chances. We had Palmer, Jackson, Madueke. I'm not even talking about like Nkuku. Just Palmer, Jackson, Madueke last season.
Yeah, I mean, look at the
Fulham at home should have won that. Arsenal at home should have won that.
Yeah.
Oh, that Arsenal game, that 1-0 game was so fugazi for Arsenal, man.
We should. That Oba double got robbed by that fucking criminal giraffe cunt.
Donkey, bro.
And then he went to Arsenal afterwards. I hate him.
Could you imagine Cole Palmer or Aubameyang this season?
Oh,
mate,
bro.
Oh, fucking hell, man. Biggest piece of shit.
Poch crying about experienced players. Listen, Aubameyang's right there. Aubameyang's right
there. So, as much as I despise Poch, it still isn't at Havertz level. It still isn't at Havertz level.
It's not Havertz level. Hey, wait, man. Just wait.
Yeah. Give it time. It will get there.
Listen,
give it time. But Havertz is the reason why we're even in 12th in the first place.
Yeah. Do you guys have any hope for the game tomorrow?
What was that?
Wait, what game?
Hope for the Man City game. Man City. Hey, come on, Prime.
Does that game exist to you? Come on, man.
If Man City, bro. Play tomorrow.
Havertz ignores Aubameyang twice again.
Listen.
Imagine my shock.
Listen, I need Pep to be as most ruthless tomorrow, man.
Nah.
Well, Pep is very worried about us, according to his quotes.
Fuck Pep, man. You know he lies all the time.
Pep's a fraud. Don't listen to me.
He said Chelsea have everything: intensity, quality, an ability to not lose the ball. And it's difficult to find a Chelsea player.
Don't listen to Pep.
Chilwell, Gallagher. Praise those two.
Pep was doing
evil, man.
Listen, Pep was doing this nonsense when Frank was our manager. He was doing this nonsense when Ollie was manager. Don't listen to the fraud, man. Don't listen.
Yeah, I ain't for that.
Pep has City set up to beat us 6-0, man. Let's not do this.
Well, it sounds like we're going to attack Man City according to Poch's press conference. So let's see what the structure's saying.
Would you guys start Chilwell tomorrow?
Yeah.
I don't think we have a choice.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Who'd you play at left?
Because, I mean, to be fair, there's quite a few players I just wouldn't start. Because I don't want him. It's actually a shame me saying this. I don't want him getting injured before the cup final. Because we need him. We need him against Liverpool.
Nah, bro.
Is Paddy Sheila fit for tomorrow?
Wait, what do you mean? No, do you trust that he won't get injured?
Yeah, we haven't got a choice, bro. We haven't got a choice unless we're going to play a kid. Unless we're going to play, what's his name, Gilchrist at centre back.
Oh no, not Gilchrist. I was thinking about playing Dylan Williams. Like I don't.
We ain't going to do that, man. You know he ain't going to do that. Like,
who the fuck is that guy?
No, it's just he's an academy left back. I'm just saying because like Chilwell will he even last against City? He'll get injured.
I don't know, man. Like unfortunately, we haven't really got the maneuverability with this team.
Yeah, and tomorrow defensively, it's going to really depend on our left winger as well, tracking back to help that guy.
Yeah. Do you guys think he'll play? Well, no.
There's not enough help in the world that's going to help Chilwell tomorrow.
Go full strength tomorrow.
No
facts.
Oh no, man! I just don't care.
We're going full strength. The real question is just doesn't Cuckoo start? We're going to bring him off the bench again.
I just don't care, innit? Like, I don't care who we play outside of I like the Petrovic Sanchez thing. I just don't care. We're getting piped. Keep it under 3 and move on to the cup final. I
Facts.
just don't care.
Yeah,
It's
just
That's
keep
why
it
the title is
respectable.
get this shit over with.
Bro,
Get it
I'm not
done.
even
Is
I'm
there
not
a
even
such?
picky with the under 3 thing. I'm just saying keep it to like a 3-goal margin. If it's 4-1,
My God,
okay,
keep
I'll
it to a
take it.
3
You know what, I'll go home.
margin.
Yeah,
I was
keep
gonna
it
Yeah,
say
3-goal
a,
margin, bro.
I was gonna say a respectable 3-1 loss would actually
Yeah,
be
legit.
all
That's what
right.
I'm saying.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
If we're gonna lose, make it a record, man. Make it 10.
Yeah.
Nah,
Don't spit on our badge. Just don't do that.
Make it 10. Make it 10.
Fuck that.
What was that what I mean?
Fuck that, bro. Make it 10.
Listen, 10-0, Chilwell injury, a man gets sent off. Let's do it.
but I mean, do you know what's weird? I actually think we might actually look good tomorrow. We might look respectable. I mean, we're still gonna lose. I can't see us winning in any scenario, but
Hmm.
for some weird reason, I just feel like we're gonna actually look good tomorrow. Like the,
Yeah,
I
I mean,
mean,
That's going to be. Their expectation is so low with this game. They're
it's
going to
in the
look at the match
grave.
and just think,
Yeah.
oh, don't worry, guys. It's only City. They're
When
there.
Like
when
serious. I mean, I
when's
feel
the
like
cup
that's
final?
that.
Like, go on,
Is that
Sina?
Sunday? Is the cup final next Sunday?
Next
Yeah.
Sunday, yeah.
Oh, so we got a full week. All right, my bad. Sorry for interrupting.
No, it's just I feel like they're gonna have the same mentality that they had the first time around because we were talking the same shit that we're saying right now. We had no expectation of even getting a draw, let alone actually looking like the better team in that game. So I feel and we've had worse results since that game. So I feel like these players are just gonna go out there and they're just gonna
Bro.
have no care in the world, and they're just gonna be like, "Well, we're already destined to lose anyway, so I might as well."
Bro, I'm with you, bro. Like,
no, these players know they've got a cup final next week. They'll play not to get injured. Certain like Chilwell, certain players will play not to get injured, so they won't give.
I honestly, I would prefer they do that with this team. Like as I said, this game is all about not getting any more injuries and like keeping it under 3.
don't humiliate.
All right,
And yeah,
so
don't get humiliated. Don't get any
That's
other injuries. And don't be
That's
stupid.
why
in terms of
that's
selection.
why I would take out certain players that are injured.
Oh no, I get it. It's just this
Wait,
this guy won't do it. Like I get the reasoning, and I like don't necessarily disagree if you're going to put someone like Williams in, or you're going to put like Samuel Smith or whoever, right? Like you've already given them their one appearance on the bench.
Yeah.
We've got a player called Sam Smith.
Can I ask?
We really
we
have
got
to roll to the Etihad with the academy and just say, fuck it, sink or swim.
Yeah.
legit play your kids. Just
I mean,
Hey, that's how we found Lewis Hall.
Look, listen,
if we
you
were
want a
to-
professional contract, go be City. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
I see. I
we were
hear what
to
y'all are
forfeit
saying
this
on all
game-
that.
Wait,
Go on,
Saying on
Sina.
all
if we were
that,
to
but
forfeit this game, would we
Well,
hold a
let's see that
3-0
go. Let's see
L?
that go.
No. All I was gonna say is I hear what y'all are saying as far as like rest people and to rest people up for the final. But when people and this goes for any sport, like when you play scared, you end up getting hurt anyways. So like anybody who's ever played any type of sport, you don't really go into it thinking, hey, I got to protect myself, or I can't I can't get hurt, because once you let that creep into your psyche, you're gonna get hurt. It's weird. I don't know. It's like a superstitious type of thing, you know. I know it applied for me when I played basketball, so I can only imagine what it is for football.
I hear it.
No, you're right. But again, there are certain players in our like 11 that are injury prone, and you can't.
And I get it.
Any fit. So it would be a thought, and Chilwell, it will be a thought in his mind. He just came back from his injury, so
No, I understand what you're saying. It's just going from the player's perspective. Like they don't think how we think, as far as you got to protect yourself for a bigger game. We have bigger games ahead. You know what I mean? They're in the mindset of I got to go 100 miles an hour right now, right now and then. You know what I'm saying? Because
I don't think so. I think certain players think like that.
No, as a player, you gotta go into every game thinking you can win. So
yeah.
No. I know. I'm not saying you should think the way I'm saying, but there are certain players that just do naturally. We've seen.
Yeah, yeah. It's I'm speaking of like a majority. If that, like, I'm not saying like every single player thinks this way. I'm thinking like majority of players, their approach when they go into any sort of sport is I'm focused 100% on getting my job done here and now. I'm not worried about getting injured, because when you worry about getting injured, you're basically you're allowing that into your mindset, and most of the time you end up being injured. Does that make sense?
No, yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why with players coming back from like long-term injuries, the biggest problem is like mentally trying to
Exactly.
get yourself back into full speed. So I hear that.
Exactly.
Speaking of long-term injury,
What? Do you want to
Reece
segue
James.
to Reece James or something?
I
Look
knew
at
it.
him smiling.
oh,
bro.
you want to talk about? I didn't mention him, but okay.
Look at you smiling, bro.
Apparently he's on grass.
He's targeting for a return for next month, I think he said.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
apparently, according to one source, it's more April, May, which is fine. I don't care. Whenever he's
Fair
fit and actually
That's good.
100% sharp, go for it.
He got surgery, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him.
Sure.
But what?
Sure.
What do you mean? Sure, I am happy for him. If he stops being injured, like I am happy for him.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I believe you. I believe you.
Sure,
Also,
bro.
Chucky Mack
Sure.
is out.
I believe you. I believe you.
I don't hate the guy.
Yeah. No, you're right here. Chucky Mack
What?
is also out with an ankle injury. Same with
Oh
Thiago
my
Silva.
God. Yo.
Feel
We
bad
must-
for Chuck,
we must-
like he's also not going to get any minutes anyway.
Speedy recovery, Chucky Mecca, man. We need
We must lead the league
Still
in like injuries in practice. Like, what are we
Bro.
doing in practice?
I don't get it. He must have been
Bro.
really working his ass off in training to impress Poch.
Probably.
That's probably what it is. He's probably trying to do everything. Like, see this? Can you give me some fucking minutes now? Just ran through 3 players and scored.
I get if we get hurt in the games and it's just, it's just bad luck. But if we're consistently getting hurt behind the scenes, like what are we
Crazy,
doing?
bro.
I get.
What are our methods? What are
This
our
makes
training
even more
methods?
sense why Poch loves Gallagher. Makes even more sense. All these players dropping like flies.
But why does he
And
love
Gallagher-
Chilwell so much then?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. There's no logic for anyone liking Chilwell. But at least with Gallagher, like
Poch.
they're true.
Saw him as well talking about how he wants Enzo to still be doing this whole fucking box and crash the box thing, which is like whatever.
Not in the pivot, bro. Oh my God.
My brother's gonna be wrong and strong. I hear it, but hey, you're gonna dig your own grave tomorrow if you do that. That's why if you try to attack and you do your same old BS structure, cool.
Wrong and then strong. And let's go.
Cool, we will see.
he
Because
tries
that's
to
going to be a very, very long game.
You know, bro.
That high line. Well, Holland.
Oh, God.
Oh no, but we're going to play a bit higher up now too because we've got no silver.
I know. That's what I'm saying. The high line. Holland in behind.
I backed
So,
them
like,
by
our
5
centre backs
for the
aren't the
Paragon there.
fastest.
Although
Hey,
from
hey,
the sounds of it, it's like we're waiting for the cup final, so you might see silver return for that.
Doku against Chilwell. Hey.
Nah, that's not happening. It's going to be
No,
Doku
Grealish
versus,
is out, so it'll be Doku on the
Gusto.
left and probably Foden on the right.
Nah,
They can play both sides, bro.
Foden on the
They
left.
switch.
No, Doku never plays on the right.
Yeah, he does.
Yes, it does.
Sometimes he has.
But Doku can play
They
both
switch
sides.
in game.
On the left. I know
And plus, it's Pep. He's going to want to exploit the weakness, which is Chilwell. So.
Yep.
What's
who
De
do you wanna have
Zerbi
back
to
at left
Chelsea?
back?
I haven't seen
Cole,
no De
Chilwell.
Zerbi Chelsea links.
Bro, I'm gonna be so real with you. I think we should forfeit this game. Hold the 3-0 L and just move on.
Nah,
Yeah, there's no
never
link.
that.
There's people just trying to make connections because we're bringing some more Brighton players.
Forfeit. 3-0 drop pact.
You just
Apparently,
hold
Tuchel's
the
going to
3-0.
get that United job.
Yeah, of course he is.
I would love to see that, bro.
Tuchel getting
How's
the
he going to get
United.
the United job when he ain't been sacked? Neither of them has.
No, he's going to. No, he I promise you, he's getting sacked by the summer. It's going to be 3
Yeah.
and
Maybe, but like that's when the conversation still happens, and plus both of them need to
When
be out
is-
of jobs.
Wait, Scott, when are the Champions League second leg games?
I don't know. No idea.
It's like
Um,
first week of March, I think.
Yeah, so it'll be the
Oh.
week after we play. What's it called? Leeds. It'll be the week after.
Oh,
okay,
okay. Yeah, so not Poch. Tuchel could be sacked
Actually,
like in the next week.
Mm.
They'll sack
let
him
me-
before that. They'll sack him before that second leg. They won't risk getting knocked out. They'll sack him.
Man, I don't know about bringing Tuchel
yeah, it
back.
is the week after.
I wouldn't
I'm
bring
with
two.
you.
The cocaine has settled into his brain, man.
Yeah,
He
no, no,
is-
no
he
no
is
one's
living
talking
a
about.
dangerous
Proper
life.
shelf.
No one's talking about bringing Tuchel back.
Oh, okay.
No, it's only the fucking mineral minions. They all want Tuchel back. But
Yeah, well, they're inbred, so I don't really.
I mean, over Poch, yeah, I'll take Tuchel back. I still maintain Tuchel walks back into a better Chelsea team than the one he left with, so I wouldn't be against it.
saying that, like, you know,
No.
we shouldn't glaze this guy crazy to such an extent. Like, come on.
Yeah,
Be the
yeah,
player
yeah.
who won the Champions League. Come on, guys.
Listen, thank you, Tuchel, for what
Can't
you did. in
compare
the
Tuchel
Champions
to Di
League, but
Matteo.
no.
Come on.
The sad thing
We
is, I wasn't
can't.
even fucking old enough to sleep in the so I can't even talk like that.
Like, people keep in mind, Tuchel's the reason why Gallagher is here. So
Oh, yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, that is true.
He thought
Right,
he
I'll
said
put my hands
Gallagher
up.
was like Kante. To be honest, maybe we should talk about more misprofiling midfielders. Fair enough.
He said we
Sorry,
didn't
his
need any
talent idea is
midfielders.
terrible.
He
It's
said we
awful.
didn't need a DM last year, man. Come on, man.
I saw this
Yeah,
again, like a little bit of
horrible.
foreshadowing. I think Sterling to Saudi could happen next year, not this year.
I would not be surprised if it happened in the summer. I'll be honest.
but I mean,
Me
would
neither.
Sterling
Bro, have you
leave
seen-
London, though?
That's the thing. I don't think so yet, but I do think that'll be his last payday because the Saudi offer won't disappear.
Yeah, but like, how old is he? Like 31, 32?
He's
29.
28, 29.
20.
Yeah.
Yeah, 29. He doesn't need it now. He can wait another 2-3 years.
That's what I
Yeah.
expect to happen. Chelsea won't push him out until he's got 2 years left on his deal, which will be next summer. And we've heard enough sources hinting to keep an eye out for Sterling in 2025. So I think Saudi in
He's going
2025 is
30
the move.
this year.
So he's here for another year then.
Wait, he's 30 this year?
Next
Yeah,
year.
8th
Oh,
December.
next.
No, 8th December this year. No, this year,
Oh,
8th
okay.
December.
Basically next year. Cool.
Well, I mean, I could see
Yeah.
that. I could see him leaving this summer also, just because it doesn't make dollars and cents to keep him on 300K when he's not really providing that type of that output. And the owners, they only. I mean, whatever we think about the owners, they are businessmen first and foremost. So they're going to think of it in that sense. Like, they're not going to just. They're going to see it as a wasted investment to keep him here for 3 seasons on the amount of money that he's making, and he's not contributing the amount that he promised when we first signed him.
No,
So
it's only just come out that, like, the owners hit at him last season when basically went into the locker room. They targeted him specifically because he isn't performing for the wages he's on.
No, it came out last year. It came out last year. With
Yeah,
Oli
last year.
It came out last year, but
flamed him.
it's just getting
Bro,
decided now.
Pies just tweeted that randomly, bro. Just saying, Todd Bowley went to the locker room, basically flaming Sterling in front of everyone, singling him out. It was just like
I think it was
some
a
sort of
report
weird.
from somebody else.
No, but like happened like yesterday or today, just randomly.
I mean, I'm just saying, if a Saudi offer, if a credible
Look
Saudi
at his-
offer
look at
comes
the
on the
account.
table, and
Some random-
if it's enticing enough for Sterling, I mean, it's going to be pat over the Euros, and I'm sure. I don't know if he wants to. I don't know about his England position as far as showing up for the 2026 World
won't
Cup, but yeah, he'll still take the offer if he knows that his international career is over or he won't have a chance. He'll take the money and run. I mean, who wouldn't?
Guys, what's your opinions on the Osman news?
What?
So
The stuff about PSG. I've been saying just throw Lukaku at Napoli and throw yourself to the top of the list. That's it.
Oh,
And the same
I
thing with
don't know.
Lukaku talking about maybe Chelsea, maybe Roma. Fuck off, man.
No,
No,
Lukaku. I think
I
Lukaku is
genuinely
definitely
don't
taking
know.
the Saudi money though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Bro,
I hope so.
this-
End all of this
Bro.
shit. I don't want to see him back at Chelsea, even in a training shirt for preseason. I'm
Yeah.
good.
he has to make up his mind, bro. You can't just keep flip flopping on his future, bro.
Yeah, this is what he does.
Lukaku and flip flopping. He's been doing that.
Yes,
That's his
bro.
signature move.
That
It took
motherfucker
him
said, "I'm going to
6
Inter
months
Milan."
to talk about another club with Roma, and now it just happens to be us that he's talking about.
Bro, he went from Inter Milan to Juventus to Roma, bro.
Yeah, so like he's got no problem going Napoli. I'd just send him there. Be like, hey,
Yeah,
Napoli,
bro.
you need another number 9? Give us Osimhen. There you go. Serie A proven striker and all of that shit.
just so Lukaku's fucking Arsenal if they don't get Tony.
Oh, please.
Like, that's all fine. What
Destabilize their
No,
the locker room.
Lukaku will probably go to like AC Milan because apparently Conte is linked there.
that would be hilarious.
Whatever the
Just
That
fuck.
would
Or-
be hilarious.
He wouldn't even be
Fuck
their
off.
best number. That's jokes.
Yeah.
Or I would go to, like, I would offer Lukaku to PSG. Like, they're stupid enough to get him.
That's funny. They
Are they
only
with-
had Gonzalo
That
Ramos.
You're not
Campos, I don't
wrong.
think they're that stupid. That
No,
Campos.
you know what? You're not completely wrong. They
There's the
might.
Gonzalo Ramos thing. I don't know if that's a permanent signing or if that's like a loan.
It's a
That's a
loan
loan
for
for obligation.
They have to buy him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but even
And
still,
it's like,
PSG are stupid. They'll still buy Lukaku.
I don't know, with Campos there, I don't think so.
Does he know?
So all I can
I
say is
don't
we have
think
to
so.
see on that one. Because I wouldn't put them out of it.
Yeah.
Definitely wouldn't
Lewis,
say they're not.
you said something about like with the striker options available, using Lukaku for a year and then getting rid of him.
If we don't get any other option, I get it. I'm not going to advocate for it, but I get it. Because we
To
do
be
need
fair-
a striker.
To be fair, if
Yeah,
that
just-
was ever going to be the case, if that was ever going to be the case, we should have done that this season.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
thinking
I
that
agree, but
same
he didn't
thing.
want to be here.
Yeah.
Just straight up,
Yeah.
he didn't want to be here.
So you think he'll change his mind next year?
No.
I hope not. I'd rather
Yeah,
just get
no.
somebody else.
You know what?
He has no
It would
reason.
be a marriage of convenience if we had to. That's it.
Bro.
If we had to,
I would be-
you don't have any other options.
Yeah.
Fine. Oh, I'll tolerate another season of Lukaku, but like I'm gonna be on him. Pause. Any bad performances, we're on to
No,
him. Like,
any
it's not gonna be a
loose
support thing. It's gonna be a
Any
bang
loose
GA
touch, bro.
if you think you're so good.
Lukaku won't come back. Lukaku's the type of player he loves it when he's loved by the fans. If he's getting booed every week, he's not going to want to be at Chelsea.
Jeez.
Well, I mean, he's
Yeah.
fucked over this fan base for 3 seasons. So if they boo him from the off, I don't blame them. I don't.
No,
blame
I'm
the
not
fans.
saying it's not justified, but like he's not going to want to come back. He's not.
Yeah.
I just
won't.
I don't think he wants to deal with like English people, like English media and English expectations in general, because he seems soft as shit. So he's not going to want to play. He's not going to want to play in this league and deal with all the stuff that he had to deal with when he was here.
Yep.
Oh, God knows.
And plus,
God.
this fan base is soft as shit too. So it's just it doesn't make sense.
I mean, we're
Yeah, if he
we're
scores a couple
divided for
goals,
no.
pats the chest and everything, says he's sorry and everything, everyone will get back on side.
Yeah, Papa Chels.
I mean, but that's all fan bases though. But like us in particular, like we're divided over stupid shit. That makes no sense over loyalty. I mean, we all claim to be like we have standards, but then we're gonna make a banner for Gallagher, like that. It makes no fucking sense.
That is in progress, by the way.
Bro, he came from the academy though. You don't understand.
You're right. I don't understand.
I don't get it, bro.
Listen, bro. You're not proper Chelsea, man. You don't get it. You're not proper Chelsea.
Bro, our captain is an academy product. What more do they want?
Yeah, but like Reece James is not proper Chelsea, man.
Yeah, nah, Reece
Reece James
is.
just doesn't get it. He just doesn't get it.
Reece just has a.
Reece James is.
His hair don't suit them, bro. His haircut is not the same.
Come on, bro. Look
See, the thing
at
I like,
Reece.
the thing about Reece James, he's Just doesn't understand the club.
How do I get off my meeting and this is what I'm hearing? What the fuck is going on?
Look at Reece James and look at Gallagher, man. Proper Charles. Come on.
It's that deep tan of Reece James, man. It's unsettling.
Yeah, man. Yeah, exactly. But listen, that's Reece James's tan. Does it not scare you? Come on, guys. Come on. You got to cross the road, man. It scares me.
Keep saying, I want my banner. Give me the boy who had a stream. I want a banner. I work hard too.
Hey, Gallagher, proper geezer.
Geezer.
Oh,
Released heat maps out this morning for the
Geezer.
Proper lad.
Gallagher and Bruno.
Proper lad. He grew up. He grew up 10 minutes away from Cobham. Proper lad.
Oh, that's Lewis.
Yeah.
What you guys are talking about?
You said my
Proper
name.
chills.
Me. Prime was saying Prime was saying something about growing up 10 minutes away from Cobham. I was like, nah, that's Lewis. 10 minutes away from Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, no, I don't live near Cobham, thankfully. Cobham's a good area. What am I talking about?
Lewis ain't proper Charles.
Nice.
Ian Gallagher.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
He's
not really proper Chelsea.
Is anyone worried about Robert Sanchez starting tomorrow?
No, if he starts, so what?
No.
Who cares?
I am actually.
Wait, Scott, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh no, we start our number one goalkeeper. No.
He's not our number one though.
He's
So.
our number one
But he is
He's not number one.
No,
he's not.
The only reason he wasn't our number one because he got injured.
Is he shit? So if he
No,
starts,
the only
then
reason he wasn't playing
worse.
because he got injured.
Can you bring up?
So he's worse then.
Potter's quote about Sanchez. Didn't he say something like, "We'll see"?
He just said,
Said,
we
yeah,
will
basically.
see or something along the lines.
No, he said you.
Yeah, let him start. Let him make another mistake and cost us a goal, and then we can go back to but we needed him back.
Okay, but what happens if he doesn't cost us a goal and saves us about 15 goals? How about that one?
Cool. So and Petrovic hasn't done
Let's
that.
find
Yet.
out against Leeds.
Cool.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
start
they're
that
both
like
good then.
and have him be shit.
They're both good then.
Start him and have him be shit.
You know what? In
Why
a
would you
weird
do
way,
that?
I want him to start. I want him to start Sanchez so he can get his ass up out of here quick. Like that would be so beautiful. Just get his ass up out of here, man.
Oh, this guy.
Dig his grave. I want him to dig his grave fast. I want him to dig his grave faster. Golly.
It makes no sense to bring Sanchez back in against Man City.
Exactly.
All teams.
It doesn't make any sense. But
No, Scott. Of course it makes sense because Sanchez needs game time before the cup final.
Oh, 100%, obviously. He needs to prepare himself for passing to McAllister under no pressure. He needs to prepare himself.
Yeah, exactly, man. You can't pass to McAllister without matchway.
No, the way he tried to
God, so shit.
His only
Shit goalkeeper.
Oh my god.
Wow.
His passing is only second to Mendy's, bro.
Listen, Sanchez needs to get
Passing's still bad in Petrovic.
Sanchez needs to get ready for his pre-assist from the cup.
I don't mind Sanchez's long passing. It's just a short passing that gives me, or the
His
ground
distribution,
passing.
his distribution in general is arse.
In general, bro, it's
In general
horrible.
is arse. It's overrated as shit.
Bro, under pressure, under no pressure, every time. Just shake.
People
I'd still say
overrate
the long passing's a bit better than the short.
because the goalkeeper can hit a pass. People overrate distribution. Like
Petrovic can do that.
No, you
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
Petrovic can't
Yes, he
save his
can.
life, bro.
You can.
Yes, he can.
That guy
Yeah,
can't
he can.
save his life.
Yeah, he can.
Yes, he
We've
can.
seen it multiple times.
See, this is
Yeah, you want
But hold on.
And guess
Ziad,
guess what Petrovic does do that Sanchez doesn't do? When his pressure on him, he just clears it. He doesn't think about it and pass to another player, an opposition player. He just clears it.
even if Petrovic can't play out of the back, you know what he can do that Sanchez can't? Actually be a good goalkeeper. So
Also, at no point this season have I
Respect
looked at
Sanchez,
Petrovic and said, do you know what would make him even better is if he could play out of the back? Because I don't give a shit. Because I don't care. Because he does the other stuff great.
No, we're not realizing he even made Disasti more fucking comfortable at the back.
Yeah.
But
It's a calming presence, unlike Sanchez.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Sanchez
you got to
is
look
very
at it.
erratic on the
You got to
ball.
look at it like, do you do your main job better than the other guy? And Petrovic,
Yes.
he stops
Yes.
shots better than Sanchez. Point
Yes,
blank.
he does.
Period.
Absolutely does.
It shouldn't even be a discussion, but because it's Poch, it is a discussion, which is fucking annoying.
Sean said Petrovic will play left back.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised with that shit too. What is Petrovic
This man,
above 6 foot?
I was gonna say this man is 6'6" and can't claim a cross.
Who can't claim a cross?
Sanchez can't claim a cross.
You're fucking liar, man. That's bullshit, man.
Yeah,
Bro, I've seen him
Come on, man. Don't be
crosses
disingenuous,
this
Scott,
season.
man.
I'm not. He's 6'6" and he can't claim benefits. Never mind a cross.
Bro, the only reason anyone shits on
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I
damn.
think he doesn't need to claim benefits, brother.
Yeah, damn. All right.
Good thing you don't need to claim benefits then, innit?
Hey, out of context, Kerry Lewis cheat, clip that, please.
Yeah, he's got to make a return. That is fucking mental, bro.
Put that on a t-shirt, man.
Hey, Scott, that might be the funniest thing you've said outside of Johnny P.
Nah. We play once a week. That was funny as shit. I was crying at work. You almost got me fired, Scott.
One game a week and we got all
God.
these fucking injuries, bro.
Wait, I don't know where that came from. That came from deep inside me when that happened. That came from
It
deep
felt like
inside
it.
me.
Was that when you screamed we play one game?
Yeah, bro, that's I lost.
We
my
played
head.
once a week.
I was gone.
Oh my goodness.
That's joke.
Big up, Steve.
Nah, Lewis, you seen the Hazard news?
The what?
The Hazard thing. Apparently, he wouldn't have come to Chelsea if we didn't win that Champions League. He would have went.
No.
Yeah, we already knew that. though.
Yeah, we know that though.
Yeah.
But the guy's an Arsenal fan, man.
Who?
Hazard.
Okay.
Okay.
Cares.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
And Declan Rice is a Chelsea fan.
He still
It doesn't matter.
Yeah?
I mean, Abraham's an Arsenal fan. I can give a shit.
yeah, but Abraham's shit, so he's irrelevant.
Maury
Hazard.
Maury is an Arsenal fan. Mount is a United fan. What are we doing?
Yeah, well, you're naming shit players, man.
Yeah, Pulisic was a United fan.
Man, it's proper Chelsea.
Hey, Ziyech is a Galatasaray fan.
No, he's not.
My bad.
I
I'm
can show
naming
you a
shit.
picture right now of him in the Chelsea
Players,
top as a
my
kid,
bad.
bro. Hold that, man.
What'd you say?
I can show you a picture of him in the Chelsea top right now as a kid.
Yeah, no one gives a shit.
Yo, shut your ass up, Daniel, bro.
No one cares.
Shut up,
No one
man.
cares about that shit.
Me or Mike, Daniel, bro. Me or Mike, man.
You saying some bullshit right now. But listen, what's more important though? Let's go back to what you guys were talking about when I was in my meeting about the 150K shit. Why did we get that news again? Why was that relevant right now?
Something like Gallagher, new contract.
I think we're just going through little news topics of the day.
No,
We're
I'm
bringing
asking you
up-
guys, like,
people-
why do you think that's come out right now?
It's because the
Whoever
Gallagher
put
stuff.
it up.
Gallagher.
It's just the Gallagher
Right.
stuff.
Because he's doing well.
Why are they telling us if there's a limit or no limit? We don't give a fuck. You're supposed to negotiate and give players whatever you can negotiate with them. Why are you telling us what it is? It's like if the club came out and told us, yo, we're not paying more than 60 million for players who are world-class players. The fuck do I care? How about you just buy, just make the right decisions. I'm tired of this club and this every day is PR from this or this. You're telling me, oh yeah, I don't care about any of this anymore. Just get people who are good, bro. If you want to give them a contract, give them a contract. If you don't. We don't need to know about 150K. If you're going higher than that or lower than that, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So that was my whole thing with it. It's like, why is the club still feeding this information out there like we care? If you don't want to sign the motherfucker, sell him. Most of the fan base wants to sell him. There's a small portion of the fan base who loves Gallagher. That's cool with them, but if you sell him, they'll move on. They'll move on to the next guy.
It's more 50-50, I think, with Gallagher.
No,
I
why we
get
acting like the fan base
it.
won't move on to the next guy? They'll move on
Yeah,
to
that's
the
the
next
thing.
guy.
They'll just
So
move
it's
on to
like,
Gilchrist.
why are we acting like, oh, it's a case of we have to let people know that we're not signing players over 150K. That's corny. There's no need to do that. There's no need, because you don't need to tell me how much you're going to pay for players. You can't. If you're not going to say, yo, we're not paying more than 65 million for any player this year. If you said that would be kind of stupid, wouldn't it? Like,
yeah, it's limiting yourself in the market. It's
If the
limiting
player
your
costs more
stuff.
than that, then yeah, you should pay. If you want to get a player and he's important to your project, let's say he wants 165. Do you now say no? No, our limit is 150. No, you probably say yes. So then this is only because of Gallagher, which I think is a pointless thing to even put out there.
Bro, it's like playing poker and showing your hand or being like, yo, guys, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm only doing this if this circumstance happens. It's like, no, nobody does that. That's stupid. Like, if there's a good player around, you shouldn't cap around your wages. If Mbappe genuinely wanted to sign for Chelsea, let's say, you would be stupid.
Take care, bro.
Don't be.
Hey, don't come back. No, don't come back.
Yo, fuck you, bro.
Oh, he's still here. Oh shit.
Oh, fuck you, bro.
Fucking
I
hold
thought he
on,
was.
bro.
I thought he was gone, man. Big up, man.
Big up, big up.
Mhm.
Big up.
Yeah, but that's the thing, and it's like I think is like that's the thing with the wages is like we could see that they're trying to lower the wage budget anyway with their decisions.
Yeah.
We didn't need to be told this because, like you said, Steve, like if an Mbappe or with Osimhen, for example, or whoever, right? I expect them to probably be on more than 150k because they deserve it because of their level. I expect that. I don't expect them to be on 100k a week because that's dumb.
They would
100%.
never
So,
join.
like, they will never join. So it's like, why are you telling?
Yeah.
Are you telling us
Exactly.
I don't believe that you wouldn't sign those players if they want more money. That means I only believe you're telling me this because of Gallagher. It's not you wouldn't sell Osimhen no if he wants 250 or 275. Yes, you're gonna give him that money. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
PSG's gonna offer him 350k. The market is
And
the
the thing
market.
the thing is as well with like this whole thing started. I mentioned it yesterday. This whole thing has started because the whole Gallagher news. When I swear there was news that came out saying that the 150k is what he wanted and we weren't going to go that high. If we've now changed our mind and that's the highest we're going to go to, number one is I don't want him to sign a contract, but why hasn't that progressed? Because obviously then the wage was never an issue. And number two is like, why have you now changed your mind on that?
Yeah.
Like
the reality is they don't want to give him a contract. We all know.
No,
this.
that's the reality
You
is
don't
they want
have to give him a contract.
want to sell
Just
him.
sell the guy, and like you don't have to play these PR games with the fan base and all that. Just don't give him the contract. Sell the guy. Buy somebody better, right?
I was going to say,
buy somebody better.
What it looks to me is there's two options they've got here in their mind. They either don't want to give him a contract or they want to do the same that they did with like Chalobah or Brozier.
Hello?
But they want to give you a contract for a long period of time to tie you down so they can then sell you.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But Scott, either way, we know the club wants to sell this guy.
Yeah,
that's
the end result is still the same.
Yeah.
End result, regardless of which way you go, the end result is still the same. They want him gone.
We don't need to do the our cap is only this or this. If you can't come into negotiations with the guy or you don't want to, it's fine. Like sell him, move on and get somebody else. But if this means something deeper where you are putting this out there because guys, listen, we're telling you this because we don't really want to sign Osimhen. Like, we're probably going to sign Grokashkish, whatever the fuck that kid's name is, or any of these other weirdos in different leagues. We're going to sign one of these kids. That's cool. But just sign them. Don't say you don't have a budget. Stop lying to us about this, budget, that. Because you go out again and spend another 100 and something million on whatever player. If you don't care about transfers, which I do a little bit, right? Because I do care about a certain amount of budget, right? But that being said, for the exceptional players, you have to pay the highest amount. So 150k isn't going to do it if you want to get, a Rodrigo. Let's say Rodrigo's on the market now. How much are you offering for him?
Bernardo
Are you going to tell him? Are you going to tell him no? We're not giving you 200k. What? Of course, you have to.
If Griezmann wanted to join, if frickin' any of these top of the line
If
players,
still will wanted to shut up, there will be a extra pay up service. But things that people saying that are lies, for example, that we have some kind of low budget thing. We wanted to cut some wages, but it's not saying that we're not gonna pay out because at the end of the day, Mount was his wages was agreed. Kai Havertz wages was agreed.
What? No, was it?
Yeah, it was. Kai Havertz, they said that they will sign him on the same amount of wages that he is extended. He did not want it. Read the reports. He was on 275.
Are you talking about he didn't want to sign a 6-year deal extension? Is that what you're saying?
No, on the same wages.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, There was the same wages. They did not going to cut his wages. They are gonna show the same wages.
So,
So
when
that
did the Mount agree with the club?
in January before this the summer, he's agreed to that. Same deal as James. You know, the 250, but all of a sudden, last minute, club kind of went back on it.
No, the new owner, the new directors,
Yes,
they saw
yes,
that
Maya.
they
Yes, Moya. That's right. That was before the board was there.
Signac.
yeah before the
But
board.
that,
My
yeah,
point is, I don't believe 150K is your budget. It's not your budget.
no, it's not. No,
You're
I was
only telling
telling,
me
yeah,
this specifically because of Gallagher. That's what I believe. That's the only reason this is coming out telling
exactly.
us we're
I
not gonna
think it's
pay you.
individual thing.
Because why are you telling me? Yeah, you
It's
would give
individual
somebody.
thing.
So I don't really care about that. I just don't like that they feel the need to even play those kind of games, especially with a player like Gallagher. He ain't
Exactly.
that good, man. He cool.
I'm-
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you playing
Look,
PR games with Gallagher? This shit play. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I know some of you guys like him. I don't want to call him shit anymore because I know he's working hard. So I try. You guys notice I try not to call him shit. But he's shit, bro.
I think like that's what I'm. Well, that's why I came in because I wasn't planning. I was listening to Scott saying like, "Oh, I'll respect you for lowering the wages." That's a BS, Scott, and if you believe it, it's a BS because it was never the players that left. They offered extension with the same salary they were before.
What's BS?
That you said that the club was supposed to be going for specific wage cut. There was never that. There was
Yes,
individual.
so you can see by the wages that they've offered that they are trying to lower the wage bill.
What?
You can
They
see by the
didn't.
wages they've offered the new signings, most of them, they are trying to lower the wage bill than what
Okay.
it was before.
Okay, let's go back to the new signings. Is any other signings like the complete players? No, we're talking about incomplete potentials, right? We always
So we've
been
lowered
talking.
the wage bill. So what we lowered the wage bill then, haven't we? Thanks.
No, we
Thanks
didn't.
for
We
proving my
paid the
point. Thanks for
average
proving my
wage bill for
point.
the unimproved.
Thanks for proving my point.
Who are
You
your
just
top
talk to
earners?
yourself. You just
Sterling.
literally talk to
Sterling's your top
yourself.
earner, right?
Well, hold on. This is an important. Hold on. This is an important distinction. It's each player, right? Because we have a lot more players now than we've had previously. So
Yeah.
is our wage bill the same overall? Is just that the average wage
It
is a
is the
lot
same.
lower?
That's the whole thing. The average of
Because
wage
if the
is
average
what.
wage is the same, because I don't care about average wage. I care about the entire bucket, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah,
you know,
but I
And we're still
don't
top four
think it.
overall.
so that's what I
Mike,
want to know.
Mike,
Is it lower? If it's lower overall, then they've done their job or whatever.
And
That's
we're
what
still
they're trying
top
to do.
four overall
If it's the exact same, but it's just that we have so many players
More players.
on. Let's say you have so many players on 70K. That's the same as having one elite player on 200K. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
yeah,
just,
that's
they
what I was
cost you the
trying to
exact
say.
same.
That's what I was trying to say. There was never actual specific amount. This whole thing with, oh, this one is gonna get paid like what's his name? That for example, Mudrik is going to get paid more than what his name? The Sterling. It's a madness. Or whoever, for example, you telling me that if Mudrik is going to get paid the same as we're gonna get Vucinic in this club, are you laughing? There is no.
Just to point something out, our wage bill is now 70 million less than it was last year, this season.
Yes, because we had the agent squad, didn't we?
So what we're saying is our wage bill has been reduced. That's
But
the
hold
argument
on.
here.
No, my
we
point
still
is,
paying
it's
as well.
not about the wage. It's not about the wage needs to be reduced. It was about the players that we had to go on the high wages. We had to push them anyway.
Like Kovacic.
Yeah,
I think
but the
Kovacic
over-
made a good chunk of money.
Yeah, but the overall amount of the wage
he was on
bill
like
is
150.
reduced compared to
Wow.
2
Yeah,
seasons ago. Is that right?
What I'm saying is there is not going to be a wage gap if you're going for a specific player versus like thing. So let me ask you, Scott. So if we are having wage specific, that means that nobody ever will come to Chelsea 150K a week.
That's the thing. We don't know that. I don't
I was
think
going
that's
to
the
say,
case.
again,
I
Alex,
don't
you
think
haven't
that's the
listened at
case,
all. You
but
heard
we
me say
don't know
one
that
thing.
yet, though.
You heard me say one thing, took offense to it, and came in here waffling. I don't know if you noticed the conversation me and Dan were having, but I said, I don't believe this because this might be most players in terms of, you might say most players, your average player is only up to 150, for your Osimhen's, for your top level talent, you're obviously not going to say it's 150 and nothing more, because that's
Oh,
stupid.
okay. Then my bad. I thought I took it wrong way, because I thought that you said that this is the problem with Chelsea now, because we cut the wage bill. All of a sudden now we have problem of signing players like Osimhen.
No,
Then,
because that's obviously stupid. Because no
well,
club is run
that's
like
what I'm
that.
saying, because people say that we have 150K wage like every average, but a squad is average if you're looking at it. So how are you supposed to pay on average squad higher
Here's the thing,
prices?
Alex. Here's where you're right at, right? You got rid of Conte. Conte was one of our highest earners. So you know his wages is off the books, right? You got rid
Yeah.
of Conte. You got rid of Aubameyang,
Mhm.
right? You got rid of Kovacic. You got rid of Georgie.
Jorginho.
You know what I'm saying?
Mount and what's his
Mount was on like
Jorginho?
80K.
Oh
Havertz,
yeah.
Havertz was
Mount.
on
you got rid of
Yeah,
Havertz.
yeah.
I'm talking about people who are
Yeah,
most
Havertz
money.
was on
You got rid of
275.
Havertz on a
Timo
lot.
Werner,
Yeah.
Timo Werner or 230, I think.
At
Yeah,
250.
on the
230.
top end,
Yeah.
you got rid of a mixture of extremely poor players on high wages, with someone like Havertz, but then you also got rid of like the highest quality, which was Conte. He deserved his whatever he was making, 300K.
Yeah.
whatever the fuck it was.
That's the
You know
only
what I'm
player
saying?
probably.
So my
Yeah.
thing is, the way I view, and again, only somebody who works in football can give me a different view of this. I'm just saying how I see it, right? You have
Yeah.
certain buckets where certain categories of players should be making a certain amount of money. If you're a content level player, you should be making 300K. But there should
Thank
only
you.
be a
That's what I
certain
was trying
amount
to
of
say.
spots in that
Okay.
in your team.
Yeah.
So you have to
That's
be
100%.
wise in who takes that spot, right? If you have too
Okay.
many players over 150K, you might not have enough to give
But
that one player 300K.
Daniel, but that's bring the whole situation with the ownership. We do, like you don't you don't know if it's 150K budget for the team or it's a different. For me, I have the same question for the ownership. All those players that we signed, are they signed specifically for the first team or is for academy too? Because nobody knows. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
when we sign in player, we don't know which team it is, because if we sign in a player and we knew that he's for the first team, oh, the whole hell is going to break loose.
Like
If you
Andre
buy-
Santos, for example. That's a player where it's like he could be a first teamer, but he's on loan now. So
But
one,
first
is that
team
what you're talking about?
again, Steve-O. Again, I know you've been following what's his name, Newcastle for a little bit, and you all of a sudden have money. But then the first thing you'll do when it needs to be separation between the mentality. So when you, for example, when we buy in the next player, for example, on a wing, right? For example, let's say Leao, for example, you know that that's a first team player, right? So
Yeah.
your example, if we sign Santos, how do we know that we're going to play him in the first team or an academy?
Right.
Maybe
I thought that's what you were saying. I thought that's what you were saying.
For example, if we knew that we signed Santos, because nobody can tell me that Santos was a great player before we signed him. Nobody knew. Maybe you, Steve-O, and I don't trust you. So, for example, if we knew that the Santos is going to be just for the first team, do you think fans will be okay with it? No, fans are gonna yell. Fans are gonna rise up. He's like, "What the hell? This is not a first team player." If we knew he's the first team, that's how they avoid the backlash from the fans, because we don't know which team he's going to.
Yeah,
That's
like
the
Caicedo
problem.
was clearly a first teamer.
Caicedo is clearly his first team
No, I
player.
mean, listen, I sort of agree, right? Because when you sign, it's like when you sign Casadei, Chukwuemeka, all these guys are 20 years old. You're all 20, and Palmer's 20. What's
Exactly.
the difference in the Chukwuemeka and the Palmer thing? Or not
Exactly.
even Chukwuemeka, the Casadei and the Palmer, both 20. You sign one for 45 or 40. You sign one for 20, right? So we always say as fans, don't just go by the money. Don't just go by the money, right?
Yeah.
So what would make the difference? Usually, it's
I think it's the level they
wages.
played.
It's the
It's
wages,
wages,
yeah,
right?
and level
I'm
play.
talking about in terms of in the club. What will tell your seniority? If Casadei is making 70 and Palmer's making 70, but Palmer's starting every week, your whole shit is fucked up.
Guys, you want me out to pay £20? Are you?
Get what I'm saying, Alex?
Exactly. If you can't go do charity work, do eliminate stand.
So
ask your mom if
Get your
she can
money
allow you
up.
to do. if you can do the lemonade stand, because that's the only allowances you're going to see.
Lemonade
Yeah.
stand. Oh my
Jesus.
goodness.
That's jokes.
Do some chores around the house. Mow
But
the
you
lawn.
understand, Daniel, what I'm saying? Like, if we knew, it will be different backlash. So that's why I have a problem with the owners, because I don't know who they're shopping for. Because it looks like we literally looks like the Todd Bowley is the guy that first win the lottery, and he goes the first shopping spree. That's how we look.
I think they've had different. I think this new board, like the longer things go on, the more you know, or the more you see that Bowley himself, when he was leading things, had a completely different view to what this board does. Because when he came in, he just wanted the shiny, he wanted the shiny toys. He wanted the big names, the bright lights. That's what he wanted, because that's how he saw Chelsea, right? When he fucked up with that, now these guys came in and said, okay, your strategy didn't work. We're gonna cut you out, and it's gonna become this where we go for these younger guys and build them up. And you know what I think? I think they've made a good choice with some of the talent level that they've gotten. I think in terms of the negotiation, the money spent, they've done a completely terrible job, because you still have to have. When I'm talking about, I've spent 100 mil several times, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I'm looking at, but I still don't have anybody who should be in that 300K range. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't have, like, in that slot, I'm filling the slots. I have a lot of guys who should be in the 125, 150 in that middle area game. I have a lot of guys in that area right now, which is probably the problem. I just don't have anybody when I've spent
Daniel,
125, 70, blah, blah, blah. Nobody of these
Daniel,
signings
let me tell
should
you
be making
how easy it will be.
That shouldn't be the case.
Let me tell you how easy it would be with the Gallagher situation. If we knew that we're shopping in the design clothes department, the Gallagher wages, the Gallagher's resigning is going to be a problem. But we don't know where we shop. Or we're shopping in Walmart, or we're shopping in a design clothes store. So if we think that we're shopping in the design clothes, but the owners thinks like, hey, yo, calm down. Walmart is your limit. So Gallagher will make more sense, but we don't know where we're shopping.
Yeah, that's fair.
So go back to y'all mamas and go do some lemonades and kick me out.
Chelsea.
Redneck, the problem, and I was saying this, I think I said this in an analogy to like Scott a while back, right? It's that the equivalent of the money spent and the wages and everything else to me is like if I give you $1 million to build me a house.
Yeah, I remember that.
With the best finishes. And you get me the most obscure shit from fucking, Africa somewhere, the jungle and the Amazons, and say, yo, this stone is worth this. What the fuck is this stone?
Daniel, I will give you even better example. You can build. You can know. You can build.
These stones are.
Look, you can build a house with semi. You can, like, for example, to build the house, the main thing is foundation. So foundation, you need to spend, or we call it spine in the team. You have to pay up to build that.
Exactly.
The secondary, like the freaking what kind of painting color, what kind of that, you can kind of like lay off and help them out. That's where you can try the new kids on the block and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? But no,
the interior.
Yeah. Okay, Steve-O, you think you're a designer now. What I'm saying is like, look, you can actually see that if you you have no spine or nobody, we have 3 kids that can't learn from each other.
Yeah.
How are you supposed to build a spine on a house where 3 of them I never trusted it? It's like building a house on Temu.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so you basically want to see more core players.
I got a message from Monster. I don't know who it's. I don't know it's to, but he says, "Tell Yankee Boy to shut up."
Yankee
Boy.
From who?
Yeah.
Who is he referring to?
Wait. Who's that from?
I think it's for
Monster.
Daniel.
Monster.
I think it's for Daniel.
Tell that fat Cuban when I see him is open for.
I think it's for Daniel, even though me and
fucking Latina, man.
Yeah, he says he's half.
Tell him to come on the stream.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
not sure if you're about and you want the link. Let me know.
he was
I just got a
waffling
message
a lot
from him.
yesterday too on the. Anyway, all right. I'll see you guys later. Yeah, go back. I'll like don't catch me yo lemonade stand when I'm going outside, kids.
You know. Right,
I'll
that's
see you
my
later,
lead
guys.
ticket gone.
Big up, Alex.
But I
Yeah,
think I
you're
think
right,
everybody
you're right.
Right,
is.
so yeah, Chelsea Leeds watch along here. I'm swerving that one too.
I think we're
Professor
all.
the King says sign Gallagher, sell Gallagher, sign back Gilmore. Simple. Don't think that one's gonna happen in general,
No.
but I mean,
No.
might have rather kept him. I don't know
I'm taking
actually.
Gilmore
I
over
don't know.
Gallagher.
And
though.
I heard Gilmore's
I
having a
would've
good
kept him.
season. There was a
Yeah,
that was
like
months
Enzo
ago. I don't
backup.
know what he's doing now.
Yeah,
He's
I'd have kept, like, I don't know if there's any point bringing him back now. I'd have just kept him when we got rid of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
it's a
I'm
bit
selling
pointless.
Gallagher, it should be under the assumption I'm not buying another center mid. Why? When I like Redneck was saying, I just bought like 4 20-year-olds. Can't one of them take his spot?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Another
Either
fifth
either
moving
that
in
or
somebody
you're
else? Like,
it's
the
either
fuck?
that or you're going like you're going to get a centre mid, but you're going to get like a best in class version. Like you go and get like a Palhinha,
Morella.
De Jong, Kimmich.
No, I hear
Barella.
that, right?
older as
But
well.
my thing is back to what we're saying. Best in class is going to cost you 100 and something mil. Like, let's say you want to go get Frankie De Jong since he's on sale now. Barca are broke, right? But I already spent that money. I already have those slots filled. Why do I want to? So there's no point to me in like when Gallagher leaves, you buy another center mid. Why? Just let him fucking go and use somebody else.
I mean, we're kind of going in circles around it, but it seems like we have a structure issue as far as what direction we want to go in as a club. Because the way that we're buying all these young 20-something-year-olds and all in the same position, it's like we're trying to buy the house, so to speak, to use y'all's analogy, buy the house without having an actual foundation first.
But
You
you're
know what I
buying
mean?
sofas and flat screen TV,
Exactly.
fridge.
We just have
No,
all,
true,
That's the thing.
Yeah.
They're trying to run before they can crawl with like.
But
Yeah.
their expectation, their
They're
expectation
trying to
is
do
that
the like. They're trying to do the like Leipzig thing or the Red Bull thing or the City thing with like loaning guys out, but they can't loan guys out because I say you can't loan them out in your own circle because you haven't done the multi-club model. So you've then got to loan guys out to other clubs, and they have somehow managed to fuck that up royally this season, like spectacularly so. Like
but you guys, but you guys have known this for a while. Loaning has always been a iffy thing, right? The same thing happened to Gilmore when he went on loan. Gilmore didn't play a single minute, but we know Gilmore is a very talented player. It's just certain loans are just fucked.
But no, Daniel, I agree with you. It's not even just that though, because the ones they've got right, they've then cancelled for no fucking reason. Like that Cassidy thing. There was no reason to cancel that. Not a jot. There was not a single reason to cancel that, and you cancelled it. And he's come back and played about 5 minutes.
I was told it was because they no. See what I was told by the fans was that
injury setbacks.
Cool.
Yeah,
then
it was
cool.
because
Then I
they were
expect
getting
him to play
Sensi, right?
1,000 minutes between now
They
and the
never
end
got
of the season.
Sensi. They never got Sensi. He could still be playing right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the thing is, though,
That's
Daniel,
crazy.
even if they got Sensi, they could have lost Dewsbury Hall because Brighton put a bid in. So, like, you didn't need to cut it. Like, there was no point. You'd hit on it. You'd hit on a loan, which you hadn't really done at all this season. You'd hit on something and you cancelled it for no reason. To have him come in and be fifth choice centre mid. Because, by the way, the moment Ugochukwu is back or Lavia is back, he's off the bench.
But this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, Scott. Right? If your plan is, I want to get these young players, I want to develop them and build them to something, do all of them to something, sell some, blah blah blah. Cool. I want to get rid of Gallagher. And if the story was I'm getting rid of Gallagher, I'm bringing in Casadei and then Santos when he comes back as the backups, I am cool with that. But what I'm hearing, because I'm hearing this, but I'm also hearing the Onana news. If we sign Onana, even though I like him,
what's the point?
What's going on?
Onana?
What the fuck?
Yeah,
why are we
Onana from Everton. Onana from Everton.
Why? I like him though,
And also,
but it's like why, bro?
And also, Daniel, on that, because I know people are going to say this as well, because someone's asked in the chat, what if Enzo Caicedo get injured? Keep Santos then. Because the thing is you'd seen that he already hadn't had a good loan move. We saw in preseason he's good enough to play in this team. Just keep him. Don't. All you've done, you sent him out on loan, on another loan where he might not get game time, and you cancelled a loan that was going well. So stop the guy's development.
But then people will say, see, here's my thing. I know the 2 Brazilians that we sent to Strasbourg, they're gonna do well. I have a lot of faith in them because
it'll be interesting because Santos
they played 100 and something games before they even got there. You know,
Santos is gonna have to really show some good performances. He's got to really take his chance to get into.
He has to. If you want to play for Chelsea, if you can't beat out a guy at Strasbourg, you don't deserve to play for Chelsea.
Right.
That's how I feel about it. Right. At Chelsea, maybe it's difficult for you, and it's like, yo, we shouldn't force you to fight for your place at Chelsea because you're young. This is but at Strasbourg, if you can't beat out those guys at a favorable club to us, then that means I was wrong about you. You know what I mean? Basic level, do that, fight your way into the team, dominate, and then come back here and take your place, or you should take your place here. You know what I'm saying? And Sancho and Angelo, with what he's doing, there's no way he doesn't deserve to be at least a backup in the squad next year. Unless you want to, because the problem is this: if you loan him out again and he has a great year, then you're fucked because you either have to start him or sell him. You don't want them in that kind of position where they've played too much. Sorry, Scott.
And Daniel, this actually highlights a great point.
Just enough.
This highlights a great point in terms of what we speak about the stockpiling, because someone brought up a name early in the chat that you could argue has had a better loan year than Angelo and plays in the same position. Hutchinson. There's a chance that Hutchinson has had a key role and had a really good loan at a team that went from League One in terms of they just got promoted from League One and got promoted straight up to the Premier League in their first season in the Championship.
Yeah. Oh, Ipswich.
You're right. I missed him. He's another one. I forgot about him.
And I'd argue I think he's more just because of the situation in terms of who he's been at, being in and around the team longer in terms of he was in and around the team last season. He's probably closer to getting into this team than Angelo is. So then you are in a position where it's like, okay, do you have Hutchinson and Angelo in the squad? How do you fit them both in?
Yeah.
Do you maybe go Angelo as the left winger, as a left winger long term? Like that's the thing we have to think about.
But you're completely right. How do you fit them all in? But also, how do you fit in Paez, who's going to be the shining star coming in the following year? How do you fit him in? Right? How do you fit in Palmer as well, who is the one who's doing it for you right now? So you have all these other right wingers. So when it's either if we're taking this development thing seriously, you have to ask Strasbourg or whatever, please start developing this guy on the left side, because we already have too many guys on the right side. Play him there, let him get some games on that side. Let's see what he can do or whatever if you have a plan. But you should just stockpiling all this talent. Hopefully you just get the best one. I don't care who you lose. If Paez is the best, keep him. If Santos is the best, keep him. If Hutchinson is the best, keep him. But the problem is when you have so many who are at similar levels and are developing where you don't know where they're going to go, you might fuck it up and you keep Hutchinson and Santos becomes the best winger in the world. Then we start bitching about it. You know what I mean? But it's like they're all 18. They're all 18, 19. It's like you just got way too many of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you got them all for the same positions as well. Like I see people mentioning Moreira. Like he almost certainly will be sold.
That's a DJ, man. Get him out of here.
But like even him, right? Like that. Like it's just we sent him out on loan to play no minutes at Lyon, and have brought him back to play in the Premier League too. And it's like, cool. That's another one. As you said, Paez. You got about 1 million centre mids. You got like about 6 strikers in the youth team.
Yeah.
Like you've done all of this, and I commend you for going and getting some of these young players. You've gone too far. You've gone too far with no plan of how you're going to.
If you keep putting Moyo's comment up, right? Stockpiling is a problem because it makes it harder to identify or focus on who's who.
Yes.
Right? Because every manager is going to focus on a different thing. Like Jose Mourinho is a great spotter of talent. We all know this. But in a team where he likes a hard-working player, if you're just as technical, but you're hard working over another guy, I'm gonna pick Oscar over KDB. But if Oscar ain't there and it's just KDB, and the club said you have to develop this guy, then you pick KDB, right? So when there's too many of them, it's going to be difficult to depending on what the manager likes, what he doesn't like, That's what's going to determine who gets playing time and who doesn't. Not really based on, he's the most talented, he gets the most playing time. It's not going to work that way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the issue comes is, as we said, like when, like we've talked about, it's like who's the best of the lot? Because like as I've said, in fact, I would argue that Hutchinson has had a better loan than Angelo, but I've seen people talk about is Angelo coming into the team next season. Cool, so Hutchinson, what we just sell,
You're
even
right.
though
That's
he's been better.
That's fair because we forget him because he's in the championship. You remember Angelo?
But he's been better.
Strasbourg. You're right. He has been.
So you're gonna keep the arguably, like, Angelo might be better for all we know, but we don't know for certain. So you could argue we might sell the better player in Hutchinson. Like, and that's the thing, is like it's trying to work out who's better than who. Like we talk about in terms of the midfield as well, in terms of Santos, in terms of Ugochukwu, in terms of Kasede, like all of those. It's like you want to keep the best ones because that's the point. But we don't know who the best ones are now.
Yeah, but the thing is, you have to wait now. You have to wait and see who can develop quicker and be more suited to the Premier League. And now they really can't buy more wingers for that position, bro.
Well, we can't buy more. We can't play more players. Full stop. Like we've put ourselves in a position, right, where even if the next guy comes around, we've already seen it in terms of like that Esteval kid and the others, like the Echeverry as well. We looked at, like, we can't afford to go and get these guys because it's just more players. Even if these guys are nuts in terms of at their age range, like Echeverry, all I've heard is good things, and obviously he's gone to City now, and it'll probably turn into a star. But it's like you put yourself in a position where we couldn't really go and spend another 25 mil on him because we've just spent that on Angelo. And it's like we already have players coming in 2025, and we have Hutchinson who's doing bits in the Championship now, and we still have Palmer in the team who's only 20. You've invested this money into Mudryk now, who you kind of are forced to develop unless you want to take a massive hit on him. So like you've put yourself in a bit of a fuck position.
And then Scott, the other thing is too is that I think you guys will get 7th place, which will get you European football, but that's not guaranteed. That's not guaranteed you get European football.
I was gonna say for us to get I think 7th place is guaranteed.
Yeah, it is. It is
much.
It is.
7th place might be Europa if we do well in Europe, but we're still.
And it also depends if
I was gonna say, I think wouldn't Man City have to win the Champions League for that to happen?
And Villa would have to win the conference, and freaking Brighton, Liverpool.
I think for 7th to get Europa League, but it would basically have to be English teams would have to win everything. I think Liverpool would have to win the cup,
and they would have to finish in that top 6. They would.
Let's say City win the Champions League and no German team wins a European trophy. That should be enough.
No, I'm just thinking in terms of, because if City win the Champions League, then it just pushes the thing down, if that makes sense. Or if like Aston Villa win the Conference League, it pushes it down.
West Ham, let's say West Ham finished 10th, but they win the Europa League.
That'll be the issue.
That takes a spot away from that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, possibly 8 in the Premier League.
Yeah, it's complicated.
You need the English teams that are already in those top 5, 6, ideally, to win those European trophies. Otherwise, like I just said, if Brighton or West Ham finish 10th, 11th, 12th, but they win a Europa League or an FA Cup, actually both of them are out of the FA Cup. No, Brighton's still in it. Actually, are they? I don't know.
Still in it.
To be fair, Brighton doesn't matter. It's like it's any team that's, I'd say, about 7th or above or 6th and above. If they win the FA Cup, then
it'll go over to another. Yeah.
It's the guys around us. It's the guys around us.
Yeah. So like, there's a potential that anything from 8 and above will get you European football, whether it's Conference League or above. It's just like, I didn't even know if we'll get 8 for this point, but even if we do, Conference League is just so dead. Like I've said it before, you use that competition to just play the youngsters. You play your
that's exactly what you're gonna have. Yeah, that's what you're gonna have to do.
I don't want to see Nkunku touch the pitch in the Conference League, unless you're playing like a Villa or something, or until the final.
Or a decent team, yeah.
Here's the thing, though. You can still
for
these guys to get game time, you can still loan them out, right? Like loans can still work. The only issue with that is if whoever it is, if they get enough game time, because we still have Noni Madueke and Palmer and these guys who are still developing, right? They haven't gotten there. Empire's coming in. Is if it's just like a Thibaut Courtois thing, right? If you play too much elsewhere and you've seen how good you are, you're gonna want to keep playing. You're not gonna want to come back and be on the bench or you know what I mean, be like a sub. You're just gonna want to keep playing or just get sold. So if you give them 1 year, I think it's cool. Maybe 2 years. If you're going on 3 years, that's when you lose really, really good talent because you don't know what to do with them.
Right. That's when ironically, that was the situation for a long time when you guys had Abramovich. You had like a Mario Pasalic going to Spartak Moscow and Atalanta for 4 years. You had the Dutch guy always going out on
Or
loan.
Van Ginkel. Oh, we had that, bro.
Ginkel, you had
honestly, Steve, you should see some of our loans and like what we did. There are two that I will never forget because I looked them up. So we signed Pantic from Partizan Belgrade. We signed him. He was here for 3 years. We sent him on 3 loans and then sent him on a free transfer back to Partizan.
Yeah.
And then Nathan, we did that with 4 years. We got him from Atletico Mineiro, sent him on 4 loans, and then sent him on a free transfer back to Atletico Mineiro.
Atsu, Miazga.
We did it with so many people. We did it with so many people.
Kennedy
was so stupid back then.
Kennedy, yeah.
I'll be real. Kennedy fucked himself. Like, I think Kennedy would have worked here, but he fucked himself. But I think he actually, because he was getting played under Conte. Like, he was having some game time, and then he fucked himself because he was racist in China.
Racist?
So they sent him home. He was, when we went, I think it was the 17-18 preseason, I think.
Yeah, I did the slanted eyes thing.
Yeah, we were in China, and he did the slanted eyes thing, and they sent him home. Like they kicked off the preseason, sent him home. I think that's what fucked him. His own stupidness.
That's crazy.
He's such an idiot, man.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You get a move to Chelsea, and you decide to do that.
How do you do that, bro?
Idiot, bro.
You know how funny that is. How do you do that in a game, bro? Funny as hell. I'm sorry, but no, you can't do that, man. That's fucked up. You can't do that.
Yeah.
But with the Courtois thing, like where he wanted to stay on loan because he was playing well and playing pretty much every game.
Yeah, Atletico Madrid. He was on loan there 2 years.
Yeah, like
I think.
Yeah, 3 years. 3 years.
We left him there for 3 years, and he built a family in Madrid, and that's why he was like part of the reason why he was so insistent on going back to Madrid.
And I also think partly. I think it's also partly because Atletico Madrid.
That's the problem you have is I don't, and this is where I disagree with you a little bit, Daniel, in terms of loans. I think you can send guys on multiple loans. They have to be to different clubs. You can't keep them at the same club because otherwise that happens. Like,
but then again, if you don't keep him,
if Angelo's going out on loan next season, I want to see him go on loan to, like, say we buy Sporting, send him to Sporting. Don't keep him at Strasbourg.
Exactly. That's the whole thing that why I was encouraged with the whole multi-club thing is because you have Portuguese, you have a French league, you have different styles, but they're all in general like they have certain aspects that you can succeed in the Prem. So I was like, oh, okay, that's intriguing.
And Cena, this is what City do with some of their players, where you look like a Savio, who they're signing in the summer. I think he was bought by Troyes. Was he bought by Troyes, or he was sent on loan there? Then he
is Troyes club record signing, but he's never.
So he was bought by Troyes, obviously City Football Group own. Then he was sent to Girona, so obviously a step up, and now he's going to City, so it's stepping up. And it was the same with Castellanos. He obviously went to came through at NYCFC or was bought by them. Then after his breakout season, he was then sent on loan to Girona because they couldn't get the right offer they wanted. So again, a step up, and now he's playing for Lazio. So it's it's always a step up. And and if you get guys who stay, because like Herrera, for example, Yangel Herrera, he stayed at Girona for a couple of seasons. They then just sold him to Girona. They just sold him there, which is weird because you sell him to yourself. But so that's the thing. If Angelo, if you are just going to keep him at Strasbourg next season and he does well, if you don't see a pathway, just sell him to Strasbourg because you can always buy him back.
Yeah,
that could work. I seen the Chelsea tweet. It's just talking about trains coming back from Manchester. So for anyone who's trying to get the last trains back to London from an 8:15, yeah, that train's cancelled.
Out of luck.
Unlucky. Unlucky.
And my thing behind all of that is like I see that in the future being the structure here in Chelsea, based off of how like I know a lot of people say this jokingly about like, oh, we're turning this into an MLB style team, but like that's exactly what they do in the MLB. Like they loan them out to like AA, AAA, yeah, to farm teams. And when they're ready, they come up to the first team. If not, then they sell them to somewhere else.
Get traded.
Yeah, get traded, and you still make profit, and you still keep the best of the best, essentially. That which is the whole idea of why this multi-club model makes sense.
100%.
It's just they're going
The thing
about
is,
it backwards.
You want to treat the multi-clubs that you own correctly, though, because like
exactly.
the overall goal.
We don't have the clubs yet. That's the thing.
I'd say the overall goal should be twofold. Number one is you have a club at the top, which is the final goal for some of these players, like for getting some of these players in. But for the clubs underneath, so like Sporting, Strasbourg, whatever, the goal should be to improve them so they win leagues or they finish top 4, get Champions League.
Yeah.
Because then at the end of the day, it makes them a more attractive proposition for young guys coming through in those areas. So like, for example, in France, if Strasbourg is a top 4 team or top 3 team, whatever it is in France, I don't exactly know, consistently, then cool, when you've got guys coming through and they've like at a young age and they've got to decide, do I want to go to, you know, the Le Havre Academy or Strasbourg Academy or, I don't know, the Lille Academy. They're going to pick Strasbourg because they see the pathway and they see the level that they can play at.
Exactly.
Reputation. Stade Rennes have a great academy reputation. They always.
I don't think. That's why I don't think it would be a problem to have him there for a few years, only because it's a subsidiary of Chelsea, right? Like it's it's not you're not on loan to PSG for a couple of years where it's a big club and you'd want to stay there. You get what I'm saying? Like maybe he would have a factory in France or whatever. Yeah, it'll be a little bit different. But the only problem I have with loaning to different clubs is, once you have a good loan and you have a manager who trusts you and wants to actually use you, I wouldn't same way I wouldn't have fucked with the Casadei thing. I wouldn't fuck that up to send you somewhere else where you may or may not be in that manager's plans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Because like they're coming back up, Leicester, and just send like what's to say like he won't be loaned back again to them next season, and they'll be in the Prem. That's experience that. I mean, what's his name? The kid that's at Burnley's has.
That'll be good if he really shows himself. If he really shows himself, like to be that level, he comes back to Chelsea. If not, you make a really good profit.
Yeah,
but
it works for all.
Can't mess up that loan.
It works for all parties because I mean, as much as we want to not think of it like the players, they don't really look at Chelsea as this is the end all be all. This is a business at the end of the day.
Job.
Like, how are you going to how are you going to get me to better my career and make more money? Point blank, period. So
yeah, facts.
It's about like how can you better me and how can I work for you? Like that's it. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Right, so apparently this just might be cup final news, but Alisson is out of a hamstring injury.
Oh, it don't
might
matter,
mean he's out.
Look how well Kelleher played not last season, 2 years ago, for Liverpool.
Oh yeah, Kelleher. That's right. They do have a decent backup.
To be fair, but those last 2 finals did have heavy Mountain Pulisic tax. So,
but did Alisson have to make a big save in either of those games?
He wasn't playing in the first. I was more talking about the first game.
Oh, that's right, because you played him FA Cup and League Cup.
The
Carabao Cup. I can't remember the FA Cup. I remember the Carabao Cup because he was the one who scored the last.
Alisson played the FA Cup.
Yeah, Alisson played the FA.
He definitely played the Carabao Cup because he was the one who scored the last penalty for them before Kevin missed.
Well, there might be a bit of chance, a little bit more of a chance. I don't know, but like it's a little bit.
Bro, Salah against Chilwell, crazy.
Salah isn't playing.
Hey, we have kept him quiet before in finals.
He's
not playing. He's not fit
though. Isn't he back now? I swear he's back now.
No, he's still out.
Maybe not now, but like next week will be a different question.
Yeah, We'll see.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It doesn't mean
He might. Salah might be on the
Everyone's
bench for
start.
Liverpool tomorrow versus Brentford. He might.
listen. They've already kicked their ass without any of those guys, so it's like
Exactly. Like our left side is compromised as it is. So
them not having Trent and not having Alisson, not having Salah means nothing. Not having Szoboszlai, like we saw Curtis Jones walk through our midfield. We saw Connor Bradley make our left back look like a mug. Like they had a front three of Nunez playing like a crackhead, Diaz and Jota, and they managed to batter us. Like it doesn't matter.
I mean, well, what's this? Are we actually gonna have Silva for the final?
Oh God, I hope not.
Maybe.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Because if we don't, then I think we have a better chance. What was that?
Yeah. I mean, the setup against Liverpool after was just horrible. It just exposed every weakness we had. It was like the worst possible situation for our players. So I don't expect us to be that bad again. So if we lose, I expect to lose by like 1 or 2. Okay, against Liverpool.
I don't want to lose, man. Come on, you guys got to fight for some pride or something. Shit, how you
I want us to like fight and show. Even if we
no, you got to fight and win.
We lose, go down swinging. Like that's the thing. Go down swinging if you're gonna lose, man. Like at least show some pride.
Don't be a pussy. Yeah.
It's the same with the City game. At least go and fight. Even if you like, I expect us to lose like 3-0 or 3-1. Even if we lose 3-0, 3-1, make it a game. Make it so you've actually fought the entire time. Let's roll over.
Inter Milan last year in the UCL final. Inter Milan last year in the UCL final. They didn't lose disgracefully or anything. Like they battled with City. They did. They played a good game. They just
make them sweat, bro.
It's the whole mindset of going into a game knowing that you're going to lose. That's the part that I really have a problem with. Yeah. I get that we're going in like massively as massive underdogs, but golly, just don't disgrace us and we'll just lose by 1. Like I could never prescribe to that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Guys, you heard the news about Alisson?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah, guys, we are gonna have to wrap up here because I gotta get ready, go for a trim, and then jump on the train. But yeah, we are going to be live again tomorrow. Big watch along settings, me and Flawless live on the channel, so keep a lookout for that. Nice. We'll be sending the link out as well. So yeah, keep a look and don't go anywhere. We're heading over to Strasbourg. Stevie's got a watch long in I think about an hour's time. So keep it. My bad, Aiden. I didn't read this one saying the consortium only care about profit and not trophies. That is bullshit. That's bullshit.
The trophies bring money, so that's.
I was gonna say we don't make profit. They don't win.
The execution is lacking. That's what you can say.
Exactly.
I don't think. Yeah, I think the execution is lacking, but not.
How do you make profit without trophies?
And
the only way you do that. There's only one way you do that, and it's the United way. And they did this by winning trophies, but they are arguably the most well-known team, the most global team in the world, and they did that over a course of many years, and some of it came from winning trophies. We are nowhere near them in terms of that.
No.
That's a better revenue than Real Madrid.
Nowhere near.
They made the most revenue. They made the most profit in the league last season.
I think so.
No, they did. There's a report that someone I saw wrote about profit. I think it was either last year or the year before, and they made the most profit in the league.
Who made the most profit?
Yes.
The most profit.
We'll see, but like, if they want to sell Chelsea for profit, they need to be a successful club. Therefore, we need to win trophies. So I wouldn't judge it all based off the last 2 years of naive building to a point. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Big up to everybody who's locked in. Like and subscribe, and as always,